welcome to the Horror Greenbook, the channel that takes you from coast to coast and con to con. I am your travel guide, Brendan, and tonight we are here in the scary sanctuary and bringing to you another live watch party. Tonight it is New Year's Evil, of course, in commemoration of the upcoming New Year's. Hopefully, everyone is having a great ending to their 2024. But if not, then hey, 2025 is coming right on up. So hopefully that will all turn around very quickly. So, guys, you know how we get things started here. We're just going to hang out for a bit, talk a little bit of horror, and then we will get into tonight's movie, which will be again New Year's Evil. All right, guys. I'm gonna wait for a few people to flood in while I do a little bit of housekeeping here. But yeah, what's everyone up to? Of course, don't feel afraid to comment on anything. If you've seen any good horror recently, I know a lot of people are still in the process of watching Nosferatu if they haven't already. It was definitely a great watch. I enjoyed it. If you've seen my top horror films of 2024 video, then you would know that where it has placed on my list, I won't spoil it for you, but let's just say it did make the list for sure. So, guys, we're gonna wait for see if any cool news has come up with horror. Speaking of Nosferatu, it was the top film over Christmas weekend. It was the second highest grossing R-rated film in Christmas Day weekend, or Christmas Day, and also Christmas weekend grossing. So that's crazy. They brought in 40.3 million on a 5-day holiday weekend debut. So that is absolutely amazing. And it was projected to open to 25 million. Wow. And it said 40% of opening day weekend crowds purchased their tickets the day before they saw the movie. That's really dope, guys. Love to see it with horror, and it kind of reminds me of what someone had said in a Facebook group that I'm in when they said, "Man, what a year for horror! We got Terrifier 3 debuting at number one, and we also got Nosferatu debuting at number one as well." So it just shows the vast spectrum of which horror can bring. So we got independent films such as Terrifier 3 on up to something that is pushed by a major studio like Nosferatu, which cost, way more than Terrifier 3 to make. So I love to see that, guys. That is the absolute best thing. And also, in a little bit of horror news, 2 days ago, Olivia Hussey passed away. And that was very sad because I'm pretty sure she was fresh on a lot of people's mind, being that Christmas had just passed, and Black Christmas being such a major horror film that is watched around the holiday season. So, that hit a bit extra hard for more than a few people, me included. Of course, Black Christmas was on the watch list for films to watch over the Christmas holiday on the live watch party here on the Horror Greenbook. But it did not win. We had another winner. That was Christmas Evil. So I'm thinking for next Christmas, we will definitely have to make sure to do a watch party for Olivia Hussey with Black Christmas during the holiday season. I'm pretty sure no one's going to say that we shouldn't do that. But yeah, guys, hope everyone is doing well. I definitely want to hear people's opinions on Nosferatu. It has been a bit of a mixed bag as far as how people have enjoyed it, but thankfully the consensus seems to be that most people seem to enjoy it. There are a lot of people doing think pieces on it now and things of that nature. So that's when you know it's a pretty hot item. And then not only that, but you have people who vehemently dislike it. So that's a sign of a horror film that is doing its job. If you can get a majority of people to like it, but also have a very vocal, um, part of the viewing audience that doesn't necessarily enjoy it. So I am all up for that type of debate in horror because that's just great. That just means that it's made so much money, and it's Robert Eggers has had another success on his hands. So that means he's going to have another film on his hands to bring to the big screen. There has been rumblings on what that next film is. I'm not for sure if any of this has been actually confirmed, but I did see a few stories in which there have been rumors of Robert Eggers directing a remake for Labyrinth. So I know that will be quite a very controversial topic for a lot of people because, for one, is another remake. People are tired of remakes. I'm not one of them. I really enjoy remakes, but also it's just one of those things where a lot of people don't like Robert Eggers' style, and then you combine that with such a beloved film for a lot of people. Like, I mean, the fan base for Labyrinth is a very, very passionate fan base, I would say. So that's just something in which I want to look forward to seeing in the future. So, guys, let's see what other horror news I. Okay, we have here a list of horror films for 2025. Of course, we have things like Osgood Perkins' The Monkey, which looks like that's going to be a very fun one. After the success of Long Legs, we also have 28 Years Later. Let's see here. Megan 2.0. Oh, Restless. What's going on, buddy? Hopefully all is well. We got the Black Phone 2. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Okay. We don't have a confirmed release date yet in regards to Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, but hopefully we'll know more. But yeah, we got as far as some of the early ones, it looks like Fangoria has included a film called The Damned, which looks like it's following a 19th century widow who is tasked with making an impossible choice when a ship sinks off the coast of her isolated fishing outpost during the middle of an especially cruel winter. With provisions running low, Eva and her close knit community must choose between rescuing the shipwrecked crew and prioritizing their own survival. All right, cool. And that will be on January the 3rd, so that's early. Got the Wolfman January the 17th. All right, guys, we'll start probably at 15 past the hour. And the film is showing on, let's see here, the Roku channel. So I'll let you guys get queued up. We have 5 minutes, guys. But we got the Wolfman on January the 17th. I'm interested in seeing how the Wolfman's going to turn out. I know how some people were a bit disappointed with the looks of the Wolfman that was at Halloween Horror Nights at Universal. But I mean, that may not be representative of what he actually looks like in the film. But we're going to check it out. Hopefully, it's along the site of Count Orlok in Nosferatu, where where a good majority of people are pleasantly surprised, and not many people are disappointed. Let's see here. We got Greenbook on January 24th, and what's cool about that is I will be one of the first people to see Screenboat because they will be premiering it at Las Vegas at Days of the Dead Las Vegas. Um, they're going to have David Howard Thornton in the house because, of course, he's going to be playing Steamboat Willie. So I will be in the house and I will be bringing some pictures and maybe a little bit of footage from that premiere, guys. So definitely, if you aren't a subscriber or a traveler, make sure to definitely hit that subscribe button so I could bring you that exclusive footage from the Screenboat. Well, at least I'm not sure if it's the official premiere or just the super early screening, but hey, I'm all here for it. I saw that they were going to have that going on the day before Days of the Dead, and I'm like, oh, I have to be there. But yeah, guys, we have another film. Let's see of note. We have Companion, January the 31st. I've been seeing some good stuff about that one, and it stars Sophie Thatcher from her Heretic, which was also on my top 10 list of 2024. So with her performance in that film, I'm looking forward to seeing what she brings with this one. And it's directed by the director of Barbarian, which was another film that I really enjoyed. And it's also starring Jack Quaid as well. So it seems like that's going to be cool. Oh goodness, Chris Jericho will be in a film called Dark Match, January 31st. But I'm really looking forward to seeing The Monkey on February the 21st. I'm trying to remember if I have a convention around that time, but I have to definitely schedule some things. Sinners comes out March the 7th, the Michael B. Jordan film. That's probably on my top most see list on 2025. Okay. All right, but we'll talk a little bit more about upcoming 2025 films later. But 28 years later will be June 20th. So that seems like that's going to be a very, very cool watch. Like, I'm so excited for that one. But let me go ahead, close some of these windows down. So we can get ready for New Year's Evil. It's been a bit since I've last seen this particular film. It was between, of course, New Year's Evil and Terror Train. So this one overwhelmingly won. So I'm definitely excited to check this one out. I hope you guys like music scenes. Well, at least they're fun to talk about, especially when they're really cheesy or really infectious type tunes that you didn't expect to like. So we'll see how this goes with some of you guys. I know some people really do not like this film, but I don't mind it. It's just good old 80s cheese, trying to capitalize on the fame and money that Halloween brought to the genre. They all can't be Friday the 13th or Black Christmas, which really hit it off. All right, guys, press play. Oh, hold on. Don't press play yet. Forgot to change my audio to my headphones. At least my output. Okay, that's better. All right, hit play now, guys. I forgot I was editing a video and needed to actually have my speakers off. Canon Group Incorporated. And it's a Canon film, so this is going to be some craziness. All right, guys. Hopefully, you enjoy this New Year's Evil. Drop a loot. That'll get you a case nowadays. Guys, do you guys remember that feeling of getting home just in time to make a phone call? Like, oh, you just made it in. Perfect. Or the frustration of missing someone as they were just leaving the house. What else is new? We're just out living his best life, guys. Can't hate on that. You gotta make sure to tighten those. Get that drip, drip, drip. See? And you wonder why our water bill's sky high. Like, I know that's not supposed to happen. Yeah, the fact that you're asking who's there instead of just like bolting it, horror movie logic, guys. And then to stay in the room. No, just go down to the front desk, get security, get a clerk. But no. Uh, that's a pretty good 80s jump scare. You can't hide. You can't necessarily lie. That's a typical jump scare, but that was a good timed one. All right, here comes the music, guys. Don't say I didn't warn you. Yeah, Golan and Globus. Good old canon schlock, guys. And this is early canon, too. Like, speaking of, like, 80s fun coming up, like, before, like, you typically knew what a studio was. Like, when I was a kid, I just knew that for a lot of movies that I really liked, they had that Canon logo pop up in the beginning. You knew it wasn't going to be high art, but it was going to be something that was going to definitely entertain you. Louisa Moritz. Yeah, I love some good punks. Yeah, and they're just, I love how they're like super outrageously rude, But if you meet like punks in real life, they're just like all just like super like cool, laid back. It's like they're more antagonistic by their look as opposed to by their, actions. Yeah, this song's gonna go on for a while. We ain't got no stinking tickets. Gotta mess with security. Got no stinking tickets. And then just whip out a stiletto comb instead of a stiletto knife. Well, good news is better than bad news and no news. Does Spaceship America sound like a show that you guys would like to watch? He's like, it's a good part, but it could be on a show nobody watches. Oh, she's breaking the collar out. She's really punk rock now, guys. Blowing you off, buddy. Those are pretty mid-looking roses. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Those are like along the lines of like gas station roses. Anthony, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. Getting our New Year's Evil line. We're at 8 minutes and 40 seconds. You can find it on Roku. All right. Our second song. So we're gonna just do a song count. All right, no problem, Anthony. If you need a timestamp, once you get ready, just go ahead and let me know. I got you. But she does look like a very early MTV VJ. Yeah, I miss early MTV where they actually showed videos. Like, I don't even think artists actually make music videos. Well, especially not like they used to. They're not putting the budget that they used to behind them. I still think it's crazy how like Michael and Janet Jackson spent like over $1 million on a music video. It's like crazy. And this is like $1,090s. All right, some New Year's Eve fun. All right, some new wave. What do we got, guys? We don't need no education. Okay. Oh my god, his voice. You can't tell me that's not Bert from Sesame Street. Evil. That's up there with like the Daffy Duck voice killer in New York Ripper, the Fulci movie. I gotta love absurd voice modulators to hide the killer's voice. Murder. Midnight. Someone you know. All right, Anthony, we are at 12 minutes. We just passed 12 minutes. We have Bert calling in, and he just let them know that he's going to kill someone at midnight in the craziest voice ever. All right, technically our third song. We're only 12 minutes in, and we are three songs in. Mm-mm, 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 mm. I gotta love the fact that what is like, okay, what's a holiday that hasn't been done that would make for a pretty fun one? Like we could do like a Arbor Day, Arbor Day horror film. The trees are mad because of the pollution. Some good environmental horror. Let's see what else. Um, President's Day. Have a President's Day killer that switches the masks for different killers. I mean, different presidents like George Washington one, Abe Lincoln, so on, so on. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. President's Day would be pretty cool, Anthony. Earth Day. The hippies are running rampant. Oh, you got some early moshing going on. Oh, early moshing, proto moshing. Let me see. Another holiday. A Festivus one. Like someone's just really airing out those grievances. Yeah, Boxing Day if you're Canadian or in the UK. Yeah. I have a buddy of mine that went to a Boxing Day celebration the other day at one of our local pubs. Yep, Festivus for the rest of us. Even the people in the mental ward are enjoying themselves just as much. Oh, oh. I mean, to be honest, their party doesn't look half bad. Yeah, you know what? I didn't necessarily know exactly what Boxing Day was until basically this year. Until I saw it, my buddy was at one. Basically, it's like how like the day after Christmas, some kids are getting rid of their toys and things of that nature. So sometimes a lot of families are boxing up those old toys and donating things to charity, getting out, doing like some post Christmas shopping, returning things. It's basically like a whole big, post Christmas Day thing. So that's pretty cool. But basically, at the heart of it is donating and things of that nature to those that are less fortunate. Were nurses still necessarily dressing like that at that time? Like sometimes I look at like Halloween too, and I'm thinking, okay, when did they necessarily make the switch to something a bit more practical, like scrubs? Ah, ooh, got some champagne. He said, okay, maybe I don't like Boxing Day. When I was like 9, I went to visit my grandparents, came back. My stepmom gave every single one away. Yeah, 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 yeah. So that's totally one of those things. So I didn't know necessarily that I celebrated Boxing Day as well because especially well, it may not have been Boxing Day in particularly, but the concept of getting rid of those old toys and you're just like, wait, I'm still using those. Like, wait a second, what are you doing with that? So we kind of had to like make bargains and with my parents. It's like, okay, I'll give away these toys, but these, no, these have to stay. Yeah, so yeah, we were celebrating Boxing Day against our will. You gotta love like backroom hospital shenanigans. You gotta blow off that stress somehow. Fourth song, and I love how the punks are getting like real mellowed out, and this absolutely really isn't too far from the truth, especially like with like hardcore bands like Bad Brains. So of course, they're like one of the fastest playing bands at that time, getting the crowd all ramped up, and then they would necessarily like slow it down with like one of their reggae songs. So even though that looks kind of crazy, that's not too far from reality. But I like how they're like a punk new wave band, but also they're really bluesy. So that's a sign of being good technical musicians. Yeah, Bad Brains, band in DC. You people? What do you mean, you people, buddy? Are you talking about what's it called? A band called Death? Are you talking about Death? If that's the one, the band from Detroit. If you're talking about that one, yeah, that is an excellent documentary. Yeah, yeah, that is a great doc. Yeah, I love learning about bands that I didn't necessarily know about, like coming up and especially foundations of like certain genres and subgenres. Are you good, Anthony? I'm at 20 minutes and 20 seconds. The punk new wave band, they're rocking out some pretty bluesy stuff. Like they would fit in back home in Memphis. Like I could see them playing Bill Street. But hey, you can't say that they're a one note band for sure. They're pretty versatile, that's for sure. I kind of feel sorry for that guy. He's just keeps getting blown off. I'm like, yeah, man, you're. Now, I always say the term simp gets overused nowadays, but that is what a simp is supposed to be. Anthony says, I was in a punk rock band. Well, I still am, kinda. But I traveled the country and done Warped in '05. Oh man, I bet that was dope, man. Playing Warped. I never got a chance to go to any of the Warped tour stops, but I have one of my best friends. He went to a few of them, so I live vicariously through his memories whenever he talks about them or whenever he posts pictures. Yeah, I was too broke of a college student about then. But I do wish that I did make certain sacrifices to actually go to some of those things, like going to Warp Tour, going to Bonnaroo, a few other things. Yeah, they're coming back next year. I was hearing that. Yeah, for real. So I may try to bring my 40 plus year old self out there and come back with all types of aches and pains. I love how they're just celebrating as well in the mental ward. They're just like, all right, there you go. Oh, he put down the Hitachi. That means his hands are a bit full. Oh, there you go. Yep, I knew it. He seems like a guy that doesn't want to part with that radio unless he has to. Yeah, I know. Just the thought about the pit just like hurts my back and knees like crazy. Like if anything, I'm gonna be like way, 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 way on the outside. Like a quick jump in and out. Uh oh. Oh, talk about timing it. All right, on the East Coast, the first kill on the East Coast. Do do do. All right, we got our fifth song. I also used to see Travis Barker every day when they were filming Meet the Barkers. Oh, crazy. How did you get to see them every day? Was did you live nearby? Did you just work nearby? What's the story on that? Oh, all right. Got some stage diving. Yeah, this is totally a canon film. Like it's crazy. Like when you see these films when you're little, there are certain things that you just don't notice. But when you're older and you kind of know what to look for in regards to like movie magic, you know that there's only like maybe like 15 people at that party. Like this is supposed to be like some huge party. Oh, there's Bert. that voice gets me every time. I'm sorry, guys. So he said his band Transplants was on okay on tour that year, and I see him near catering and at the barbecue they do every night. Oh, dope! It's good to know they enjoy some good barbecue. But it's really cool how he's basically like doing like this is basically like in some ways the Axeman of New Orleans. If anyone's familiar with that actual true story of the Axeman calling up the radio stations to say that he wants to hear jazz coming from the households, and if he doesn't, he's going to make a kill that night. Frozen hamburgers every single night. Well, I mean, you got to do what you can on tour, so I mean, frozen works, I guess. But hey, we can, you can doctor some frozen burgers up every now and then, but it's all about the camaraderie, I guess. The cookbook killer. Hold on, man. You can't be called something like the cookbook killer and not expect me to absolutely check that out. Let me see. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm definitely gonna look into this. Okay. Oh, there you go. Hey, what's going on, Zach? You're watching Terror Train for the first time tonight in preparation of New Year's? Yes, I love Terror Train. Terror Train's awesome. That was actually on our poll for our watch party tonight. The choice was between Terror Train and New Year's Evil. Now that I know that you're watching that tonight, you're making me want to watch that after this. Yeah, this dude's like totally simping. Like this is what I need to show to young kids nowadays that just say simp and it's totally applied incorrectly. But yeah, Terror Train is definitely a great New Year's Eve horror film for sure. Anthony says there's an episode of Talk is Jericho with these podcasters I follow called True Crime Cast about Cookbook Killer. Great episode. Okay, I'll be on the lookout for that. Yeah, I love a good true crime podcast or something that's related to just really cool folklore. Like I love lore, for instance. It's one of my favorites. I love that just creepy and unsettling type stuff. Okay, cool, cool. What's up, Bumper? Welcome, welcome. Everyone's flowing in. All right, for anyone that's wondering, we're at 28 minutes and 50 seconds on New Year's Evil. And you catch it on the Roku channel. The link is pinned in the chat. Thanks so much for stopping through, everyone. Forever how long you're going to be here tonight. It really means a lot to me. This is our sixth song, I believe. We are a third of the way in, and we've already had six songs. But thankfully, these songs aren't like bad or anything. These are actually some okay songs. Like, I've definitely heard worse in horror films. Yeah, he's just losing it. It's like, dude, you know where she's at. She's obviously working. Like, calm down. Yeah, he's down bad. You're living in a tailspin. Oh man, that opening scene for things still just nothing. Talk about the exact definition of a fever dream. Like I totally thought like I was losing it. I'm like, there's no way that I have to have been missing something. Like something just wasn't connecting. It comes to find out, no, that's everyone's experience watching things. Oh yeah, the Man Behind the Mask song. That's dope. Speaking of which, I just saw CJ Graham not too long ago, and I asked him a question about how Alice Cooper was in real life. He said Alice was very, very cool, very humble, but also very lively, people person type of guy. So that's very good to know. You bought it at the Joe Bob VHS. Oh yeah, I mean that's totally a collector's item. I mean a Joe Bob things VHS. How could you not? Yeah, I was thinking that too. I have a good friend that does the panels for Days of the Dead, and I was checking out her interview with Alice Cooper at the Chicago one, and I was just saying that for his age, he looks fantastic. Like, and then not only that, but I mean all the things that he's been through, living that rock star lifestyle, eventually getting sober. He looks really good, very good. I mean, you see some of his peers, and Alice looks easily a good 20 years younger than a lot of them. At least the peers of his that are still alive. So that also tells you something. But one thing I do like about this film is how it shows like how different people are celebrating New Year's Eve. Everyone's just vibing differently. Oh, really? Joseph's channel was deleted? Oh man, hold up. I hate to hear that. Hopefully he comes back to YouTube. Oh, you're talking about CJ Graham. Yeah, CJ Graham looks awesome. Yeah, I mean, CJ, I don't know what CJ's doing, but obviously CJ's, I mean, staying in shape. He's taking very good care of himself. I mean, I mean that applies to CJ as well, compared to his peers. I mean, CJ looks a good 20 years younger than what he actually is. But yeah, thanks for letting me know about Joseph O. Restless. I'll have to see because I know he also goes to Brandon from I Like Scary's channel. So I'll have to check if anyone knows what's going on with him. Hopefully, it's just a temporary sabbatical. Yep, that's very true. Those El Cheapo items that you get sometimes, those will last a lifetime. And then something that you spend top dollar on just craps out like after a few uses, and then you're just like, man, what's going on? You gotta catch them. You're East Coast time now. We're on Central time. You gotta go through all the time zones. And he's doing all this pre-internet. These cops are on it. I mean, they're doing a better job than they did with Luigi. That mustache. Yeah, CJ Graham in April. Oh, dope. What convention or event will that be? Oh, Restless. Binge watching Tulsa King season 2 tonight. Just finished Out of Range, man. That show was great. Okay, cool, cool. How was You know what? I still need to check out Tulsa King. It looks really cool, and of course, me being in Texas, I know a few people that work on that show out in Oklahoma. So I've been meaning to check that out. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. All right, this is what song number 7. All right, guys, you got to help me with keeping track of the songs. I think this is 7. Okay, Tom Matthews, C.J. Graham, and Linnea Quigley are going to be at a small con near me. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, but I enjoy the smaller cons. The smaller events are pretty cool because you don't really have to wait in very long lines in a lot of cases, and you get to spend that extra time talking with the celebs because they have that time. They're not as busy, so they have that extra moment to spend with fans, and I think that's super fun. So Tulsa King starts out a little slow for me, but it ramps up. Okay, it's solid. Okay, cool, cool. Let's see. Bumper says Josh Brolin, I heard is having Running Man remake come out next year. Or really? I'm a fan of Josh. Major fan of No Country for Old Man and a lot of the things that he's done. Um, True Grit and others. So, did you guys hear about his story about what his did to him as a kid? Um, Look that up. That recently came out. That's pretty effed up. What his dad did to him. That's the stuff that makes kids turn vegan. Yeah, Running Man remake. Yeah, I'm hoping for the best, but it's just one of those things where we're just gonna have to see where it goes. Um, of course, we have fun memories of the Arnold one, but you know, looking objectively with it and not having nostalgia glasses on, there's a chance that they could do justice to it. But knowing modern studios, you know, it's a crapshoot. Felix, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, old Wrestler says, you can't do Running Man again without Arnie and Richard Dawson. It just won't be nearly as good. Yeah, Richard Dawson, Richard Dawson was that dude. Oh, Monster Expo. I've heard of Monster Expo. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, I follow them on Facebook. Like I follow like every convention that I can because I never know when I could possibly make it out to that, side of town, if I can make it work with my schedule. So even if I don't make one for 1 year, I'll try for the next year. But that's cool. Yeah, Josh Brolin ripped and thrashing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. Good old thrashing. Yeah, you gotta have Buzz on Dynamo. It's only right. Yeah, I'm the same bumper. Like I'm the type of person where I try to go in with the least amount of high hopes as possible, just so I can at least be pleasantly surprised. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. You can't do Event Horizon. That's one film that was done absolutely perfectly. But I kind of look at remakes like this. I look at them under the guise of like, at one point we didn't have physical media, so because we all know the remake is as old as Hollywood itself. So the days before people actually had physical media, it was pretty common to have remakes then. Like for instance, like A Star Is Born, that was done and remade like twice before I was even born. So the fact that we have that, also we have like Ben Hur, was already remade so many times before I was even born. You know, the argument against remakes is still technically a newer one. And then I look at it also of like, if I'm an actor, I may want to play certain parts because it may be a fun part to play. Like for instance, like if you're an actor that's on Broadway, it's not necessarily uncommon for you to take over someone else's role. And even though it'll be different, people can appreciate those. So like for like a lot of people are giving hate to like the Nosferatu now that just came out, Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. I kind of get his passion for wanting to remake it. Like if you're a filmmaker and you have a love for a film, Yeah, go ahead and try for it. As long as it's just not a money grab. If it has some sort of heart, some sort of love behind it, go for it. But if you're just remaking Hellraiser because the rights of it is just about to expire, keep all that. You know. Yeah, Anthony, you're right. It's just like big band jazz and all that old music's mostly all covers. Had to play hits to get people to dance. Yeah, that's what people are gonna want. Now, I'm always appreciative of new ideas, but if anyone's watched the movie Heretic, you kind of realize, there's no such thing as a new idea at this age. We're about to be 2025. If you come up with a truly unique idea that hasn't been done before, either you're really, really brilliant or you just don't know that it has been done already. You know what? I've never met Sam Neill, but Sam Neill would be so freaking cool. Like to have like met. Like I love Possession. Like I have a Possession poster like right here. So I'm a huge fan. Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm sad I got a chance to not meet Sam. Like, and that sucks when it happens to like really good people. I've never heard anything bad in regards to Sam Neill. So, you're right, man. Like, absolutely terrible. So Anthony says he has an idea about for a movie about a hunted wicker basket. Hey, that's cool, man. Hey, that's what I love about like going to film festivals. And you have a lot of these filmmakers that are first timers that are making like short films, micro shorts, on up to like feature length films, and a lot of them are coming up with really unique ideas. And what's really cool is as a creative, sometimes you think the worst, that people are gonna no one's gonna like this, people are gonna hate it. Horror fans are so supportive for a lot of these shorts and films that I see at these film festivals. The audience are is usually very engaging. They like to ask questions afterwards at the Q&As, and it really gives these directors and writers and actors that boost to keep going and do creative things that we need in the genre. So I'm all here for it. So I'm with you on that, Anthony. Hey, go for it, dude. Like seriously. Hey guys, speaking of remakes, though, of course there's that argument about how people remake good movies, but what are some bad movies that you wouldn't mind seeing remade? Like some bad movies that had like good premises, but either didn't stick the landing, had a bad cast. There may have been like director slash studio drama. What are some that you think are deserving of a remake? So Bumper says I love to have him sign Daybreakers, Event Horizon, and In the Mouth of Madness. Oh yes, In the Mouth of Madness. That one I'll never forget my first watch of that one. That was very dope. Yeah, I would totally have him sign my Possession poster. I have a Mundo Possession poster that yeah, I would have to have him sign that, and something from In the Mouth of Madness. O Wrestler says some of my favorite films are remakes, like The Thing, The Blob, and Dawn of the Dead. Exactly, same here. I love remakes. Like I love the '70s Invasion of the Body Snatchers remake, the '70s Nosferatu remake. There are a lot of really good remakes. I mean, a lot of people just tend to focus on the bad ones, and like anything, you're gonna get a lot more crap than you get things of quality. That's with a lot of things in life. But that shouldn't dissuade people from continuing to do remakes or just watch them. They're movies. If you don't like them, hey, you don't like it. You can still go back and watch the original. Anthony says, I also have an idea. You know how the plate in the microwave sits on that stupid spinner and always falls out? Yes, that is so frustrating. It's about a guy who commits suicide, and it pisses him off so much that yeah, so he does it because it pisses him off so much. I get that. It is extremely frustrating. Right, no matter how you set it on, and you have to get it just right. The wicker basket man, yeah. Yeah, you like to see the stuff made better. Yeah, because there are some remakes, like for instance, like technologically speaking, you know, it was a letdown. Like for instance, like Dune. Dune is a remake that totally, well, though it's based on the book, we'll count it as a remake because there was an already established Dune. That does it perfectly. That's done it absolutely magnificently. And don't forget, there was a Dune TV movie. So, you know, the current Dune that we have now, fantastic. Yeah, a lot of stuff remake. Yeah, a lot of stuff could be better with a remake. Yeah, Waxwork remake. Let me see. Let me think of some that could actually. You know what? Even though I really like this film, it could do an updated remake, especially because it is holiday related. But Night of the Comet. There are a lot of people that don't like Night of the Comet. I'm a fan of Night of the Comet, but there are a few people that I've met that aren't big fans of it. Actually, and I'm speaking for other people that I know. I love this film as well. It is one of my favorite franchises. But Phantasm could do for a remake because there are a lot of people that don't necessarily enjoy Phantasm. I love Phantasm. I can't get enough of that franchise. But I could see some people's gripes with Phantasm. And then, you know, Don Coscarelli's still around. So having him be involved in it in some ways would be pretty cool. The Mist was a great remake, and Dawn of the Dead I enjoyed a lot. Yeah. Oh, really? So you think you heard somewhere that they're doing a remake of Night of the Comet? Now that would be dope. Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed the Mist one. They did it very nice. Let's see. Yeah, that was a pretty good show. I enjoyed. Let me see. You know what? To be honest, I actually really enjoyed. Let me see. Hold on one second. I really enjoyed the Stand one. That's what I was about to say. My goodness, it was on the tip of my tongue. I enjoyed the Stand remake, that TV miniseries as well. Oh, we got a Blood Feast sighting. Yeah, you're right, Anthony. 75% of Stephen King's movies could use a remake. You're not lying. I mean, to be honest, they really need to go ahead and redo the Dark Tower series incorrectly. So, if I'm not mistaken, hasn't there been rumblings of them actually really doing the Dark Tower again? But you're right, Anthony. True words have never been spoken, and this is from a Stephen King fan. Like they could stay away from the ones that actually got it right, like Carrie and Pet Cemetery. I mean, and then they've already redid them again. But um, okay, guys, as someone that absolutely loves Stephen King, and I get, like you said, with 75% of his stuff can be remade. If they ever thought about doing another remake of The Shining, we got Stanley Kubrick, and we have the TV show one, which suits both people that enjoy what Stanley did and enjoy the book if you're into the TV version. But my goodness, yeah, Graveyard Shift. Oh man, Graveyard Shift. Yeah, um, yeah. Let's see. Night of the Comet would be excellent to redo because the story of it was actually good. Just acting and the budget, yeah, it needed help. You're right, Bumper. That's one I can think of that could use a remake for sure. Yeah, exactly. The books were so great. I mean, and I understand the trouble with possibly bringing it to the screen, but we live in an age where most things that people would consider unfilmable are filmable. So, um, I would like to see them give that another try. I mean, if we can get another Spider-Man every like 10 years, we can get another Dark Tower. Yeah, don't touch Terror Vision. Yeah, I had hopes for the Dark Tower, but the fact that how they did that when it was just like, oof. I I'm afraid to even give that a rewatch. Yeah, exactly. I love end of the world scenarios, post apocalyptic scenarios. Anthony, no, I've never seen the Greasy Strangler, but I have a lot of friends that have, and I have a friend that I can quote directly. He says, "Every time I think of that movie, I want to go take a walk through a car wash." And I'm like, you know what? I may not be ready for the Greasy Strangler just yet, but one of these days I will. I've met a couple of those cast members at cons though. They seem like very nice guys, so one of these days I'll check it out. Ooh, no, don't remake Christine. Yeah, yeah, not Christine. Like, okay, let's go. Lawnmower Man. Remake Lawnmower Man and make it more like the story. Now, if anyone read the actual story, Lawnmower Man, it's freaky. And I think it's something that could definitely happen. You know what? To be, even though even though I actually have a guilty pleasure thing with this film, they could honestly do a remake of Sleepwalkers. Even though that movie is bad, I don't think it's as bad as some people make it out to be. Like I enjoy Sleepwalkers, as terrible as that film can be, as icky that film can be. There are some fun moments in that one. Yeah, Lawnmower Man. Yeah, I still love Sleepwalkers too, Bumper. Like, and that's the cool thing about being a fan. We can be objective. We can say, yeah, this movie isn't a good movie, but I still like it. Like, there's something about it that I like. Oh my God, the Langoliers. Oh, Bronson Pinchot with an Oscar winning worthy performance. There has been no better descent into madness as that performance. Yeah, that early CGI in the Langoliers is memorable for all the wrong reasons. Like, oh, I'm sorry, guys, but that just makes me laugh just thinking about that movie and thinking of them running away and being afraid of the Langoliers. But that's another fun watch. Yeah, that CGI in that, yeah, that one is whew. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Evil Pac-Man, seriously. Yeah, you're right. Sci-Fi Channel level budget, even though it was yeah, it was an NBC one. And this is in the middle of like Stephen King's miniseries like run. um, that's crazy. Yeah, the Langoliers. I'll never forget my first time watching that. Yeah, the bandoliers, the Rambo jump in. Yeah, Stephen King, crazy prolific guy. And still to this day, and that's why I'm a fan. And anyone that's joining, we are at 55 minutes. Well, let's call it 56 minutes. 56 minutes, guys. And now the police are coming around. This party just got like so solemn. Like, man, I just came out to have a good time and celebrate New Year's Eve, not to be involved in murder cases. I mean, he's a recovering addict, so like they say, once an addict, always an addict. But I hope he's doing well. The guy's been through a lot. I mean, I wouldn't blame him if he was on some sort of substance. But what I will say is that trailer for Maximum Overdrive. Oh, that is prime coked up Stephen King, and I love it. Like, it was the one of the favorite things in one of my Joe Bob groups is ripping on that trailer, just lovingly though. And I told one of my friends, I'm like, hey, I still have nightmares of well, no, I said I still have buyer's regret with actually going to see Maximum Overdrive because Stephen King promised that he was going to scare the hell out of me. And my buddy replied, well, it's not the first nor the last time that a cokehead would lie to me. Oh man, I cracked up when he said that. Silver Bullet. I watched Silver Bullet with my son earlier this year. Rest in peace, Corey. Yeah, you get some Prime Emilio and Maximum Overdrive. Get Prime, and I think this was before his accident, Gary Busey in Silver Bullet, because I believe his motorcycle accident was like after that, right? Before he like went crazy, he was still like a well, he's still a good actor, but he wasn't super crazy then. I mean, and it goes to show, guys, head injuries are a real thing. Yeah, that was before his accident. Yeah, like it's crazy that guy even survived. So if he's a bit kooky now, hey, I totally get that. Look at those chaps. Those are some good New Year's chaps. Those you look at those in your closet and you say, you know what? I'm breaking those out. Okay, okay. Yeah, he was so good in the Buddy Holly story. Like such a talent. Got no love for Maximum Overdrive. Well, I will put it like this: we do get an early appearance of Giancarlo Esposito. So he's the guy that gets killed by what is it, the pinball machine? We have what is the name of the lady who's the voice of Lisa Simpson? She's in there. We got Emilio with the bazooka. We got the Green Goblin. And apparently, you were probably able to get those rights because Marvel was in the tank and they were just selling their rights off to like anyone. I don't even know that if that was like an officially like licensed thing that Marvel gave they're okay to or not. Does anyone know whether or not Marvel gave their permission for that? But even if they did, they probably would have did it for like $50. Marvel was selling the rights to anyone. Like I could have bought the rights to like Black Panther for like $25 back then. Yeah, a lot of great films of the '80s were coke fueled. Yeah, for real. Yeah, Duel is awesome, Anthony. Duel is absolutely awesome. I was just telling someone about Duel not too long ago. I met the stuntman who went through window on lifting bridge scene from Maximum. He is a very nice guy. He was also a stuntman for many Return of the Jedi scenes. That's dope. Yeah, I had a Hollywood stuntman teach me how to drive. He was, I think he doubled for Kurt Russell on driving scenes in a few movies and also a few other things. Like he had pictures with Kurt Russell. The coolest thing about him is for anyone that's seen the film Invasion USA. Speaking of canon films, um, he almost like died performing a stunt. Where if anyone's seen this film, you'll know it's actually in the trailer, I believe, where there's an exploding door, and they were only supposed to put like so much explosives behind it to where it would come through, but apparently they put like a ton in there, and the door came out like instantly, and he was like sitting in front of the door, and it made it in the film. You'll see the door hit him, and I think he sued Canon and got like paid. And but yeah, that was cool. Like he showed that part of the film in our driving course as teenagers. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, man. Overboard's awesome. Speaking of another movie that was remade, I have not seen the remake to Overboard, but I don't think I want to. Like I love the Goldie Hawn Kurt Russell version. I grew up on that. Man, you're so right, Bumper. Oh my gosh, I say that every time I see Kurt Russell in a movie nowadays. I'm just like, dude, just come out for a weekend, man. Make some little extra money and meet the fans, man, because people would definitely come out. I mean, so many like Escape from New York. I mean, The Thing. I mean, just so many things. I mean, the list goes on and on with Kurt. So, yeah, I say that very often. Apparently, they hired Keith Moon from The Who. Just, round. Yeah, Kurt would definitely be super cool to meet one day. Like, I would love to meet that man. Hey, you know what, Anthony? That's why I'm a fan of like fan edits of like people, erasing certain things or editing out certain things in movies that are just like so like no, I can't deal with this. Anyone just joining? We're at 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 27 seconds. Oh man, Bumper! I was at that one. Yeah, the cast was there, and I was so glad to go to that panel. And yeah, and John Carpenter was there. That's the convention where I got his autograph at. So that was definitely dope. Yeah, I really wish he would have stopped by for sure. I mean, can you imagine? Like, there may have been some horror fan that may have been at that restaurant that saw John Carpenter and Kurt Russell having dinner. Like, me, I'm the type of person that I don't really approach celebrities when they're on their own personal time. But that would be so tempting. I'm not gonna lie, guys. To like, I would totally stake out and wait for them to leave, just so that I can approach and just say, "Hey guys, how's it going?" Shake their hands, just be like, "Big fan." Are you mean Pam Grier? Uh, yeah, I would love to meet Pam Grier. huge fan of like coffee. I mean of coffee, of Jackie Brown. You know, Scream, Blackula Scream, all her stuff. Yeah, yeah. Kurt's too cool for cons. Or at least I would enjoy if he at least did like a send in signing. That would be dope. I would love for like I know Sean Clark is probably in contact with his management or knows how to get in contact with him and probably has reached out to him. And Kurt's probably just like, nah, I'm good, man. So I get that. Yeah, yeah, definitely in regards to Charles Cyphers. I always have love for Charles Cyphers because the first time I met him, my son was at that convention as well, and my son has a pretty unique name, and it's cool. I saw we were walking by his table that next day, and Charles Cyphers he yells out to my son, and he's just like, "Hey, hey," and he calls his name, and he's waving to him, and I was just like, "Man, that's so cool, man. Sheriff Brackett remembers you. He just said your name and everything." So ever since meeting him, my son was probably maybe 7 at that point, 6 or 7. No, he was 7, and ever since meeting him, he's been a big fan of Charles Cyphers. So he was a bit saddened when I told him that he passed, but it was cool to meet him, and you could kind of tell that he was nearing towards the end because he was kind of getting sick a lot, missing a lot of convention dates, and I saw him at Days of the Dead Phoenix earlier this year, and my buddy Montavious and I were talking about him, and he got his autograph, and he was just saying, "Yeah, man, I don't think Charles has much longer with us," and he was right. Anthony's like, "I'm the kind of guy who was by and says hi guys and just give him a thumbs up." Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, oh, you are? Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, when I saw Gary Payton at the Las Vegas airport, he was walking past me, and I just like saw him and gave him that knowing, like, "Hey, what's up, man? I know who you are. You know, good to see you," type thing. Because I know they appreciate that. You know. Yeah, Tom Atkins was mad when Charles passed. He said because they were best friends for decades. Yeah, Tom Atkins rules. Yeah, Tom Atkins is dope. Yeah, like please let's wrap Tom Atkins in like bubble wrap. We can't have anything happen to him. Yeah, guys, you gotta get that police work up, guys. Yeah, I actually really do need to meet Tom Atkins again. I have something else that I would like for him to sign. Like I have like items that I keep in a corner in my room that I keep handy just in case I see celebrities that I know I've already seen before, but if I see them again, I wouldn't mind getting. I just read Anthony's comment about poor man's Al Pacino. Yeah, I like to call him the great value version. So great value Al Pacino. Was at work one morning at Caesar's Casino last year, and Peyton Manning walked by with his brother Eli, and I was in awe, even though I'm not a Colts fan. Yeah, man. I mean, he got 4 Super Bowls between them. I mean, that's cool. I mean, and then me originally being from Tennessee and living in Memphis, which is squarely right in the middle of SEC territory. Even though SEC territory has kind of expanded a bit more in the past like 15 years, but I saw a lot of Eli Manning when he was in college at Ole Miss, a lot of Peyton when he was at Tennessee. So definitely would have been really cool to meet those guys. And they seem really cool. They seem like real genuine people. You know, people persons. But that's definitely I guess you would say a byproduct of their parenting because they seem to be pretty cool. Now, I heard some stories about Peyton at Tennessee while I was young, so I will say that he seems to have matured. which we all have the right to. Some of us were douches when we were younger and had to grow out of that. So Anthony says, I don't think I've ever met anyone famous except some LA Kings. Well, and Uncle Lloyd. All right, yep, Uncle Lloydie. Yeah, I mean, you beat Montana's records and some of Marino's records. I mean, it's very hard to do. That red outfit that she has on. Oh, got the countdown. Uh oh. Is it dawning on you now? Oh, who didn't know that he was evil? Seriously. Oh, you met Lil Zane? Yeah, yeah, I know who Lil Zane is. Yeah, he was in or was that that was the Fighting Temptations. Yeah. Lil Zane's still doing his thing. He's in the Star show BMF. It's about the Black Mafia family, crime family. It's crazy. He was like, he showed up in an episode randomly, and I was like, "Is that Lil Zane?" Yeah, that's a blast from the past. Oh, serial killer logic. No, he has a gripe. So Anthony says we were recording next door. He asked the studio runner to get Denny's. I was standing in the hallway with him. I'm like, dude, you gotta get the fucking strips because all I eat is strips. He was like, all right, give me two orders, and they invite us to their studio across the. All right, cool, cool. That's dope. You gotta like it when you meet people that are have some level of fame and they're pretty chill. Like that's my favorite thing about conventions is meeting the people that are celebrities and you know especially the people that still have I would say active careers, like people that are still actively working actors, like let's just say like Melissa Barrera or Catherine Newton, just different people that are still young and hot that are doing things. Mikey Madison, even though she's only done one at this point, we'll see if she continues on. But I hear that they're very cool and very nice, friendly people. Like Robert England is still that guy all these years later, the same guy that he was when he's doing Nightmare One or when he was doing V. So, the fact that I've seen Robert England after conventions just hanging out in hotel lobbies for hours after the con, signing all day, and it's just like, dude, that's cool. Bumper's still waiting on the guest list for the Friday the 13th anniversary. Yeah, for real. Hopefully that's good. Speaking of Friday the 13th, I definitely want to go to Camp Nobi Bosco, the name of the real camp from the first film. Hopefully I'll be able to make one of the events this year. I want to do one of the events where you can spend the night at the camp. It costs a pretty penny, but I think it would be worth it for a once in a lifetime experience. I didn't know who he was. He's like, I'm the drummer, so I, track first. My band, it's like Little Zane's next door, and I'm like, who's that? I thought it's like the new Little Romeo or someone. Yeah. Hey, JD 636, what's going on, buddy? Happy New Year. Yeah, Bumper, I'm with you. If I would have hit the Mega Millions, I'm telling you, there would be some really cool things going on in the horror scene. I'm telling you that much, guys. I would definitely be reinvesting in the horror scene. Like I would probably become a producer. Like I want to help bring together some really cool horror ideas and events. You know what? Jelly Roll. I would imagine Jelly Roll is super cool, and it's super funny because to see his fame over the past 3 to 5 years, his come up because I'm familiar with very early Jelly Roll. Like I remember with him rapping in the group Snow with Little White, and me being from Memphis, I'm very familiar with 3 6 Mafia. I'm a huge 3 6 Mafia fan. I love that early underground horrorcore stuff that they had back in the day. Um, and guys like him, like Lil White, Haystack, um, Jelly Roll. If you would have told me seeing early Jelly Roll around, let's just say 2010 ish, I would have told you there's no way that this dude would be on the CMT awards and things of that nature. It's freaking crazy. And that he's like one of the biggest stars in the country, like of any genre. It's like wow. Hey, I appreciate that, Bumper. Hey, if you do that, I'd be down. After since I saw him eating his boogers at a UFC fight, that's hilarious. Uh, he goes to show the celebrities are indeed normal people. But then again, I had no doubt that Jelly Roll was a completely normal person. But yeah, you want to smoke a joint with Jelly Roll? He seems like he would be a cool person to hang out with for sure. He seems like he would just be like a pretty laid back guy. Yeah, if it's like yeah, Jelly Roll's cool because he gives back and you can tell he cares. Yeah, for real. Like you can tell he's really appreciative for where he is in his career. Like, but like I said, it's so crazy to see early Jelly Roll. Like, if you guys really want to like get a good laugh and like wow, like YouTube Snow Jelly Roll, and you'll see like those early videos with him and Lil White and their group. Crazy. So, Anthony, I used to eat paste when I was in elementary school, so I don't. Bumper, it's all good. I stare into the microwave while I'm eating some tacos. Hey, exactly, man. Hey, I think we've all been guilty, and we have a bit of radiation flowing through us. Like we're one step away from hell comes to Frogtown just from looking at the microwave. Yeah, this end of the movie, guys. If anyone's just joining, we're at 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 25 seconds to watch the conclusion of New Year's Evil. Yeah, Al Pastor tacos rule. Hey, that's why I'm so happy to go to Days of the Dead. I will be going to my favorite taco shops out that way. I'll be going to Tacos El Gordo, get some good old stuff. Yes, yeah. So I can't wait to get some Al Pastor tacos, some cabeza. Yeah, definitely going to make a couple of tacos El Gordo stops. Yeah, I want some tacos too. Throw out another movie when done, Bumper. Y'all just want to do maybe some Terror Train after this? What do you think? Jelly Wallace Rack. Yeah, I like tacos El Gordo. Yeah, I know that started in TJ and then San Diego. Yeah, I feel that though. I feel that though. I can imagine that now. That's why I like going to that one. And then there's that. There's another taco spot that's right next door to it. That's pretty good as well. I like going to that other spot because Tacos El Gordo doesn't have carnitas, so I go to that other spot and patronize them as well. But I feel you on that because that Tacos El Gordo line is always crazy. That's kind of how like I feel with Rendezvous Barbecue in Memphis. Like all the tourists go to Rendezvous, and I'm like, no, man. There's other places to go to. Okay, Claim Jumper is amazing down on Fremont Street near Plaza. Okay, I'll be staying at Plaza at least one or two of the nights I'm being there, so that'll be great. Yeah, I agree, Bumper. I love these live watch parties and hanging out with y'all. So yeah, I think we'll probably do Terror Train. If anyone's wanting to stick around a little bit longer and watch some Terror Train, let's do it. Yeah, Peppermill. Yeah, always good to go down to the Peppermill and get some drinks. Okay, Roberto's. Actually, hold on. Let me add that to my list. Roberto San Diego. Oh, and he jumped. Okay, got it, got it. Let's see. And I'm gonna. Okay, cool, cool. Now I got those recommendations down, guys. Thanks so much. I'm always down for good restaurant recs. See, yeah, I love some good California burritos for sure. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Creep Icon. After said Chili's over Claim Jumper. Yeah, I still want to. I still have to do some more exploration down in California, especially Southern Cal. There's like so much good food that I want to go and check out. So I used to be called Alberto. So I think there's only a few down here now, and his son Roberto made his own now. Okay, I get that. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Bumper. I really do enjoy hanging out with y'all, talking horror, just talk about life in general. So, if you guys want to stick around, if you guys want to hang out and talk a little bit more and watch some Terror Train, let's do it. If you want to try the taco shop from the Blink 182 song, it's called Sombreros. Okay, the one they all went up to is up north, but they're all around. Okay, cool, cool. All right, Bumper said he's down, so let's go ahead and do some Terror Train. And I know that one is definitely on Tubi, so I'll put the link up after we cut this down, or cut this off, I should say. Yeah, all right. That was New Year's Evil. Roku was trying to get me to watch Return of the Living Dead on their next up. They're like, this dude likes horror. I know he's gonna like this. You're totally right, Roku. I do love Return of the Living Dead. All right, guys. Let me see here. All right, let me put up the link to Terror Train. You get some Jamie Lee Curtis. All right. Yeah. Weed Man has chronic tacos, but not the best tacos, really. Okay. Love Return of the Living Dead. Great script. I know, right? Yeah, I'm with you. The hole in the walls are great. That reminds me of like some of the spots back home in Memphis. Like you'll get some of the best like hole in the wall barbecue and chicken spots. It's like it's fun. Yeah, you're so right, oh restless, and that's why I like. I mean, building a good community of folks, and what I enjoy about it is, you guys' support is like amazing. Like seriously, because there are like countless amount of YouTubers out there, and the fact that you guys are spending your time with me, that really means a lot. Like seriously, so I always like to really give much love out to the travelers. I worry though about this remake, especially when the court was like 1,500 feet long. Yeah, horror fans are great people. All right, guys, I just put up the new link for Terror Train, and let's start it. You want to give you guys a couple of minutes to maybe get some refreshments or use the restroom, grab some food. So let me see here. We can do that. And let me give you guys something really cool you could possibly watch in the time being. Okay. Give you guys something to watch. I'm going to do the same. And let's just say, let's come back here. Let's see, it's 9:42 on my side of the country. Let's come back at 50 past the hour. Let's see. Okay, cool. This looks cool. All right, I want to give you guys something very cool to watch while we take a little break, and I will be right back, guys. Let's go back in 50 past the hour. So be back shortly, guys.
What is the secret Dwayne is hiding in the basket?
What's in the basket? Easter eggs?
What's in the basket?
Clothes. What's in the basket?
Nothing.
What's in the basket?
I found it.
What's in the basket?
Open it, if you dare. Basket case.
Beneath the city of New York are living catacombs, an endless maze of subterranean tunnels, unfit for anything human, unauthorized for anything experimental,
Hold it! There's something moving up ahead at the top!
and unlikely to bring anyone down there. So, they're coming up. Chud. Chud, check your basement and your bathroom. Keep off the street and try to hide. But remember, the dark is their place. The night is their time. And tomorrow The only things living in the city of New York will be Chud. Chud. Cannibalistic, humanoid, underground dwellers. Chud. They're not staying down there anymore.
Coming soon. Jolting tales of horror. Creep Show. From the author of Carrie, The Shining, and Cujo. And the creator of Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead. You'll scream at ghastly ghouls. Cringe at weird kids. And shiver at the doings of evil doctors.
This is going to be extremely painful, Mr. Verrill.
Creep Show will grab you, grow on you, and give you the creeps.
No, this is going to be an entirely new experience.
Creep Show, the most fun you'll ever have being scared.
At Lanier College, they have the finest security, the best teacher-student relations, no fraternity hazing, strictly enforced curfews,
What was that?
and a killer. He's come back. Final exam.
When are you going to realize that the whole world isn't made of psychopaths?
There's a murderer around campus killing people.
Some may pass the test. Lisa! God help the rest.
Courtney! It's me, Raditz! Let me in! Courtney!
Oh, Mark. Your wife keeps her own secrets.
Make her talk to me. It'll be the way that she wants.
Still here, guys. I'm just watching
what you
this
want to do to-
possession trailer.
Just...
And then I'll be right back.
Inhuman. So what you're doing must be human. What's gonna happen to us?
After you!
Stop coming!
Why I have to go?
I'll follow you!
You can hate me as much as you like. But it's you who wants to know things for me. So please make it possible.
Uglier. You've hardened. For the first time, you look vulgar to me.
You are not different from anyone else. We are all the same.
bodies, different versions, like insects, meat.
What is it?
Man, that Possession trailer gives away everything, but it still doesn't matter. It's so effed up. Like, you can watch everything on that, but you're still not prepared for that movie. Man, speaking of, Isabella Johnny was so sexy. Man, she still looks very good nowadays. So, what are you guys talking about? Let's see. Like Chud 2 Better. You talked about Canelo Alvarez having a taco spot. Dope. Brain Damage. Yes, I love Brain Damage. Super funny film, and I hope that we'll be able to watch that on the channel sometime soon. I would definitely enjoy it. That's one of the films that I saw at the Texas Theater with Joe Bob. It was a cerebellum night where he showed the brain and Brain Damage. So that was a fun double feature. See if they say he used to have it on VHS. Bumper says I used to own 1,500 plus VHS and switched to DVD and then Blu-ray. Now that's crazy. Hey, keep physical media alive. Thanks so much to you guys. To be honest, I used to have a lot of physical media, but I just do not have the space for it anymore. So I switched more so to the pirate side of things. So I kind of like have my eye patch on in regards to space and money, and that has this place in conservation of media as well, because we wouldn't have Nosferatu today without the R side of collecting. um, Let's see. Yeah, 4Ks are too much now. I'll just stick with Blu-rays. Yeah, for real. You definitely have to catch them while they're on sale. Like Black Friday sales. Every now and then Amazon will come out with like some release that's unexpectedly like way cheaper than it's supposed to be. So yeah, definitely that's really cool. Anthony says he has over 900 right now. Got rid of a couple hundred. I like watching movies how I remember them. Yeah, I don't need ultimate clarity. Watch them on CRTs. Yeah. Did you speaking of CRTs, did you guys see that YouTube video about this dude who actually came across and bought the largest CRT that was ever developed, and the story of like how people thought it was not a real thing, and how he came across it, and how he came with help from someone that basically lived in Japan, and their mission to get it to the U.S. That's a crazy video. I saw it recently, and so if anyone's into collecting or CRTs, I highly recommend it. Basically, a CRT is the old school TVs, basically before HD TVs, basically. So like old school big screen TVs, the TVs with the big backs. The larger the TV, the larger the back, and the bigger the TV was. The reason why TVs were like over 100 pounds for like a 30 something inch. Yeah, Barbara says he has a friend that still buys laser discs, so it's cool. Everyone has their taste. Yeah, for sure. There's a place for everyone. That's why I love it, because there's no way that you could be the ultimate collector that's gonna round up all the VHS, all the Laserdisc, all the DVDs, all the Blu-rays, because there are collectors that try to do that, but I also enjoy the collectors that have their particular niche. So that's cool. Like I remember an old friend that was really big into Laserdisc collecting, like back in the early 2000s. So that dude was ahead of the game. And I really hope he kept that collection because a lot of that stuff would be worth a penny nowadays with that equipment. Yeah, Barbara says he would like to see that remade as well. That's cool. That's cool. Yep, yep. The cathode ray television. Yep, those heavy tubes. Yep. I got my hard drive going strong as well, for sure. Yeah, you gotta have the hard drive. Like I got two, not too far away right here. Yeah, I mean, cuts down on space. Like, because there's no way that I'm going to be able to collect all the movies in all the different formats that I like. So I got to do the best that I can. Is that Michael and Jessica are addicted to those laser discs? Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I asked last time, but have you guys seen Vulgar? No, I haven't seen that, Anthony. Have you seen it before? And if so, would it be something that you'd recommend? And speaking of, guys, that's cool. I came through a little bit later because I wanted to see that Possession trailer. I don't think I had ever really checked out the trailer for Possession, but that's crazy that people complain about how trailers give a lot away. But then again, when you're a movie as weird as Possession, you could literally give away all the reveals, and it doesn't really matter. You're not going to really know the context. All right. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get geared up to watch some Terror Train. Let's see. I'm set up here. Let's wait to 59 past the hour. Let's see. But yeah, that's cool that Michael and Jessica are really into laser discs. I mean, it's a really cool format. I mean, if you really look at it, it was so ahead of its time. And to think of how expensive it was back then. I mean, it just really felt like we were in the 21st century then. But Anthony says, I have it on VHS. So good. View Askew movie with Dante as a clown who, let's just say, it gets weird. 4 stars. Okay, if it's 4 stars, okay, I'll definitely check that out. And then with the name called Vulgar and Dante being in it, I'm down for it. Is the bumper says, well, the reason why I collect Blu-rays are strictly because if there's ever an outage or apocalypse, then I still have my movies on portable DVD and Blu-ray players. Gotta be prepared. Yeah, you're right about that. What was that movie with Julia Roberts and Marshala Ali that came out not too long ago about the end of the world? And basically the main thing that I got from that film was collect physical media. Wrestler said, I've seen Vulgar once and that was enough for me. Oh, well. Yeah, Dante for Clerks. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Anthony. Okay. Well, if Old Wrestler says that, then I'll have to check that out. And Greasy Strangler, finally. All right, guys, let's go ahead and hit play. Let's see. I'll say I think it was called Pretty Woman Boy. LOL, just kidding. It's a pretty crazy film. Okay. That was a good one on Netflix. Yeah. Leave the World Behind. Yeah, that was the name of it, bumper. That was a pretty good film. I only saw it once, but it definitely left a mark on me. And at the last scene, the only thing I got from it was, out of all the things that happened, was collect physical media. Okay, I'll let you know when the commercials pass, Anthony. Get to see some young Jamie Lee. I enjoy some Terror Train. And actually, I should be updating the title on this to say, and Terror Train. All right, there we go. Now we've changed it to say Terror Train. And before we leave, make sure to remind me to put up that largest CRT documentary up, because I'm pretty sure more than a couple of you would be interested in checking that out if you haven't already. I didn't expect to sit for the entire like 35 minutes of watching it, but it's one of those ones that, you know, you watch and it gets you within like the first like 3 minutes, and you're like, well, I guess I'll sit down and watch it. And by the end of it, you're just like, wow, that was pretty awesome. Yeah, Bumpers, Doomsday, prepping with DVDs. That's right. Yeah, young Jamie Lee. So Anthony was super into magicians as a kid. I saw David Copperfield in person as a kid at Speckles Theater in San Diego when he was doing the flying act. Dude, that's dope. I remember seeing a lot of David Copperfield you know tricks on television and stuff of that nature. So that's dope that you actually got to see him as a kid. I bet that was very cool. Like, I still think magicians are cool. I mean, even with knowing what I know, I think that's still like such an awesome skill. Okay. Actually, hold on. Let me find it, because I think it was one of my recently liked videos, because I was like, man, that's such a dope such a dope doc. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. Let me grab that link here. All right, guys, I'm putting the link in now. So go ahead and check that out whenever you get the chance. Yeah, illusionists are great. I just saw, well, if you guys check out my Salem, Massachusetts video from earlier in late September, you'll see that there was this very cool exhibition at the Peabody Essex Museum, which is like one of the oldest museums in the country, about illusionists and mysticism and everything relating to that. So there were some very cool things relating to that. Yeah, those specials were dope. Like making the Statue of Liberty disappear. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, you're in Vegas, so there's a lot of great acts there. I have some friends that have seen Penn and Teller. Well, they've seen Penn out and about, and it's like, man, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's good to see them still going strong. And I gotta love slasher films that begin with a good mean prank. You got like this, or The Burning, um, Slaughter High. I think Slaughter High is probably the best opening like prank in a horror film. That guy did so good in that scene. It's pretty sad what happened to him like immediately after filming, that he unalived himself. That dude actually really had some good talent. Yeah, but guys, definitely check out that largest CRT documentary. I highly recommend it. Yeah, the Asian guy from American's Got Talent. Yeah, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Also, you paint a lot of their dressing rooms. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you're right, Anthony. The Slaughter High dude. Yeah, that dude had a lot of talent, man. It's really sad because, what could have been. Like he really stands out in that film. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I love some Slaughter High. That's gonna have to be a film that we're gonna have to watch here as well. Cause Slaughter High is a Canadian film, right, guys? I think it's one of those '80s Canadian tax break films. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, there's like such layers to that portrayal. Oh, you've never seen Slaughter High Bumper? Oh yeah, so we definitely have to see Brain Damage and Slaughter High on here. So I'm gonna have to add that to the list of films to watch on here. Okay, yeah, yeah. So it is Canadian. JD. Yeah, you're right. Slaughter High is a great 80s slasher. Very fun 80s vibe. You're so right. I think my first time watching Slaughter High was on was watching it on Monster Vision with Joe Bob. Yeah, that's what I was debating. I was thinking either England or Canadian. Hey Anthony, it's cool. We are on 8 minutes and 39 seconds. Yeah, that's what I was debating on if it was Canadian or English. Let me double check. Let's see. Yeah, it says it's a collaboration between the U.S. and the U.K. Let me look under. Okay, yeah. So it was actually a UK film. That's what I was debating on. It was a foreign one for sure. Yeah, filmed in London, England, and Virginia Water, Surrey, on a budget of 2.1 million. Yeah, that is an old bus for real. It's like one of those buses that Jimmy Valens didn't want to be on, so he decided to get on the plane. Should have just froze on the bus. Richie Valens, I mean. Yeah, Sean Clark did a good video on the filming locations of Slaughter High. English filmed. Okay, yeah. Okay. Great, Orestes. Thanks. So that's why I have you guys. Oh, the Groucho Marx. Well, okay. What was your favorite Stooge? And what was your favorite Marx Brothers? Which one? Because everyone has their favorite. That's the cool thing about like having duos are cool, but having trios are really cool because then you can really see people's personalities. So you're a curly guy bumper? You don't have a favorite Marx brother? Okay. That's why I said usually people have one or the other in regards to groups. More of the honeymooners. Get some Ralph in. Slaughterhouse was filmed not too far away from you, Anthony. Dope. All right, I got my first ad, guys. I was so jealous when Sean Clark got the original Hellraiser flesh spinning tower from the movies. Yeah, part 3. Yeah. Now, I love part 3. Part 3 is I saw it young enough to where I couldn't really, well, I knew it was a step down from 1 and 2, but if we only knew how far low that the rest of the Hellraiser series would be, we would treat 3 with a lot more kindness then. But I enjoyed 3 even as a kid. I mean, how could you go wrong with the CD Cenobite? Like, now it makes me think about, like, okay, where's the Zune Cenobite? There has to be a Zune Cenobite. Where's the 8-track Cenobite? Or does he just upgrade with technology? I'm curious about that Cenobite. Like, seriously. Bow, zoom, right to the moon. Fake Shimp. You like Fake Shimp? Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. I'm not downloading this game app in this commercial. Yeah, I feel you on that. That's what the ads are such an interesting thing in themselves because I'm getting a Hims ad. I had some type of game earlier. Makes me wonder about our algorithms. Oressa says Hellraiser 2 is the only one I really enjoyed. I think Hellraiser 2 is the best one. In my opinion, Hellraiser 2 is the best one. It's the most action-packed one. I mean, gets you right into it. What I'm really happy about, talking about like series that have really fallen, I really enjoyed the recent Hellraiser that came out not too long ago, the reboot. With considering where Hellraiser has gone with some of the last entries, though 1 or 2 of the later ones I did enjoy. I can't think of the name right now because the names all run together with me. I enjoyed that, and I enjoyed Prey. So it's cool to know that some of these franchises that we grew up with are having some new life breathed into them with these reboots. Yeah, you're right, Anthony. 2 was the best. I agree. Yeah, you're right, Bumper. 1, 2, and 3 are the only ones that matter in that original run. I can do a trilogy of those 3 and just cut off the rest. Even though a few other ones have some interesting ideas, but you can tell that the vast majority of them weren't meant to be Hellraiser films. They're just like, let's just slap Pinhead in this. Like, some guy decides to go to the vet. His dog dies. Pinhead just comes out of nowhere. Hellraiser, veterinary, tragedy. You're like, all right, there you go. You keep the rights going along. Yeah, I always felt kind of sad for this guy. He never got a chance to make the trip. And we're at 13 minutes and 19 seconds where the train's about to finally take off. That's cool that they used a real vintage train for this movie, even though they weren't willing to risk damaging it. So they used a lot of movie magic in regards to moving it. Bumper says, I'm hoping to get my sculpture by mail before Days of the Dead starts so I can have Doug Bradley sign it. That would be dope. Doug's so nice. He's one of the few celebrities I was slightly intimidated by, even though I know he's cool and he's quite a chatterer if you know exactly what you want to talk to him about. It was so nice to be in his presence. You actually like The Last Phantasm? You know what? I like The Last is that Ravager? I have to double check, but yeah, I think I like that one a lot better than part 4. And 4's Oblivion, right? Or do I have them mixed up? Yeah, he is super friendly. You like the good the God part at the end? Yeah. And that's what I like about yeah. You get confused after two? Yeah, same here. It's good that we all have like a lot of the same experiences. One of the things I really do like about Terror Train is how the killer isn't attached to one particular mask or costume. I think that's something that's completely underutilized in horror. Yeah, I get a little mixed up with the names and the taglines after. For me, it's just like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, unless it's like Friday the 13th or A Nightmare on Elm Street. Those are all pretty easy to remember. Yeah, I can't think of Phantasm 3. I'm like you. I know one's Oblivion. I know one is Ravager. I can tell you which one is which. I think Ravager is the last one and Oblivion is 4, but I think I, if you hey, I can't tell you what 3 would be. I'll have to Google it. I'm sure one of you all would know which one it is. Yeah, Doug Bradley, he's kept his prices pretty affordable, and I think it works in his favor. Because I see Doug at a lot of events where his line is pretty long, and a lot of people are able to actually afford it. He's a convention mainstay, so plenty of people already have Doug's autograph. But for the people that don't have his autograph, I could see his line being very long at a lot of cons. Like when I went to Spooky Empire, he had a very long line. His line was just as long as Elvira's. Yeah, Hellseeker was one. Yeah, 50 is very fair. For who he is, yeah, 50 is extremely fair. I mean, he could easily charge more if he wanted to. But that's what I enjoy about guys like him and Kane. They don't really charge, too much for an autograph. They're extremely approachable and affordable. Yeah. I think that's what I paid. I think I may have paid maybe a little bit more because I bought his book. I can't remember, but whatever it was, I was pleased with how much it cost. Yeah, Nick Castle's line is crazy. Yeah, Nick Castle's line is absolutely madness. Yeah, you're right, old Restless. I think it does work in their favor. I mean, if you're more affordable, you're going to have more people in your line, especially if you're not someone that really demands too much. Now, granted, like you said with Roger Jackson, yeah, he's the voice. But let's just say if you're someone that has $100, are you going to spend that $100 for Roger Jackson, or are you going to spend that $100 for Skeet or Matthew or Jamie or Nev? You know, he's a little bit down the line. He's I mean, no shade, but he's about on the level with the bathroom girls. That's a joke, though. That's a joke. That's a joke. Yeah, Hellseeker was Hellraiser 6. I forgot they did so many. Yeah, man. What Hellraiser are we on, including the reboot? We're up there. We may be in double digits now. Yeah, not a big line for Roger Jackson. The only book I ever bought at a con was from Lex Hendrickson, and the story of how he snuck his way into Hollywood was fascinating. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to get that. That's another thing I've been beginning to collect. Are the celebrity books like Beatrice Bupley, who played Amanda Kruger. She has a book that she did from the perspective of Amanda. That seems pretty interesting. And then next time I see her, I think I'm going to buy one from her. I think it's interesting to get the perspective of these people, especially if it's pretty, interesting. Hey, I'll check it out. Oh, Russell says, I have a Ghostface mask I've been collecting, Scream autographs on it. I don't even want to add Roger Jackson because of the price. Hey, I get that. Yeah, and that's how it is. Someday, you may catch them at a good time where you're just like, man, there's no one else that I want to get an autograph from here. I guess I'll go ahead and finally bite the bullet on them. That's how I am with certain celebrities. There are some celebrities that I haven't met yet, but eventually, I'll get around to it. There's a few Ghostface at CreepyCon this year. Okay, yeah. Richard Dean Anderson. Yeah, Richard Dean would be so cool to meet. Like, I mean, as a child of the 80s, I'd be very happy to meet him. Someone has something that, oh yeah, speaking of Nick Castle, when I saw, of course, Nick Castle was at Scarefest this year, and of course, there's over 100, guests there, so everyone's, happy to see him and James Jude Courtney and a bunch of the other slasher icons that are there. But what's really cool was that weekend there was also like a Halloween parade going on at Lexington, Kentucky. And on that Sunday, a lot of people, I didn't find out about it until I had like a traveler reach out to me to say, hey, if you're sticking around on Sunday, go to the Halloween parade. It's rated one of the best parades in the country. So I said, of course, if it's a Halloween parade, I'll go check it out. So me and my buddy are hanging out, and it's very cool that my buddy Joe and I we went and got some pizza. We got a prime spot, and I look over my shoulder, and Nick Castle is walking down the street, and I'm like, whoa, that's Nick Castle. I'm like, okay, what's up, Nick? And he's just like, hey, how's it going? And right next to us was a kid who was wearing a Michael Myers costume. And that was cool. And we were like, hey, you see that guy right there? That's the guy who was the first Michael Myers. And he was just like, wait, what? And we were just like, yeah. So, but Nick, he was just off doing his thing with the people. And, we were just wondering, like, how many people here love the Halloween films and have seen the original Halloween, but don't know who Nick Castle is or don't recognize him. And he's walking amongst them and no one's bothering him. And we're making the joke about, like, there's the shape just walking through, and he has the shape walk. He's just walking through the crowd, and now it's just like such a cool experience. So Alan Robinson and Roger Jackson will be there. Okay. Yeah, Lee's pretty cool. I've met Lee Waddell. Yeah, Lee was at the Tulsa horror con that I was just at. He's a very cool dude. Yeah, Nick is a very nice guy. Also, multiple people played Ghostface and Scream too. Yeah, that's the cool thing that, there's a bunch of people that have contributed to Ghostface and Michael Myers in the films. Like, especially like with the original, like there's like 4, 5 different people that played Mike at different times. So Tori Spelling is signing for Scream fans this year too. Yeah, I heard that Tori is doing some cons. That would be cool to meet her. I'm actually a fan of Tori's work. I mean, I'm a Saved by the Bell fan, so that would be cool to meet her. Yeah, the house for Mama's family is right next door to the Halloween Hedge Peak house. I think one of you guys mentioned that. I didn't know that until you told me that, or either I knew that and forgot about it, and you guys reminded me here. So that was dope. Yeah, he wears a Ghostface motorcycle jacket and Toxic Avenger. Yeah, I think one of you guys if I didn't already know it, you definitely put me onto it or reminded me. Au contraire, oh restless. Tori was unsaved. She was Screech's girlfriend. Yeah, she played a nerdy chick. Tori did Hollywood show last year in retro on this year. For a Scream fan, she is hard to get. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, cause you exactly she has like so many different fan bases that would love to see her. You got Scream fans, you got 90210 fans, you got Saved by the Bell fans. Exactly. Daddy's money. Daddy's money. Spoiled little rich girl. But what I will say, even though she was a prime example of nepotism, Tori wasn't super bad or anything like that. She was a serviceable actress. It's just that it was so obvious that Daddy, being one of the hugest producers in the game, clearly helped with her getting the roles that she did. Yeah, you're right, Bumper. Must be nice. Hey, I can't hate on that. Yeah, but yeah, Tori was so cute on Saved by the Bell. That's the little nerdy chick. I think that was the first thing that I knew of her from. And then, of course, 90210, I had older sisters. There's no way that the TV was moving from Saved. I mean, not Saved, but 90210 when it was on. Man, Fox was on fire in the 90s, the early 90s. Yeah, Tori definitely had that ugly duckly thing going on, Anthony. I get exactly what you mean. She's a woman that definitely grew into her looks. She just like went through like those, I guess, like those awkward stages that we all kind of went through, and then when you actually have it on TV, it makes it worse. But yeah, she definitely grew into her looks. Yeah, it's kind of crazy because like her and her mom don't necessarily have the best relationship, and then her mom like not give her much of an inheritance, from her dad's money. So that's probably one of the reasons why she's doing cons and things of that nature, which, it is what it is. She's definitely put in the work to have a fan base that would come out and support her. So, things could be worse. Yeah, Daddy, Daddy bought her some bolt-ons. Yeah, that's definitely not the only thing Daddy bought her. I think she actually did some work on her face too. But it is what it is. Yeah, Married with Children is so ahead of its time. Like it's a show that keeps getting better and better. The older that I get, like I realize, like, and it's crazy because I'm Al Bundy's age now, technically. It's crazy to think of like being like Homer Simpson's age or Al Bundy's age now, and how you relate so much more to those characters now. It's like, yeah, I related to Bart Simpson when I was a kid, but now I'm totally a Homer. Talk about, yeah, she was ugly compared to her co-stars. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's kind of hard to stand out with that cast. That's for sure. Yes, I like Jenny Garth. I think she's ugly now. Yeah, she had to. Yeah, yeah, she had to earn it. Yeah, Tiffany Amber Thiessen was. Whew. Yeah, she's still pretty fire nowadays. Yeah, Al Bundy was the hero that we didn't know that we needed then. Speaking of Fox, I have a Fox show that just popped up on my ad, but this looks like a quick one, so I'll be back on the movie. I look 15 years younger than Al. Thankfully, I'll take that. Yeah, it's crazy to think of like Homer being like in his 30s in The Simpsons, but when you're a kid, he just seems so much older. I'm sure Al wasn't too much older than 40s because I'm assuming he knocked up Peg like right out of high school. And Kelly was no older than what, when the show started, what, 15, 16? Yeah, Married with Children was awesome. Like, me and my dad loved watching that show together. Yeah, Fox was so cool. Like, Married with Children, Live in Color, The Simpsons. So many good shows. Hey guys, what was the name of that Chris Elliott show? That was a good show. That show should have lasted way longer than it did. I think they only got like 2 seasons out of that show. No, I haven't seen Werewolves yet. I've heard some mixed things about Werewolves, but I want to check it out for myself. Growing Up in Your House was Married with Children and Roseanne. Yeah, those are classics. ABC, Fox. Oh, Elizabeth Berkley's going to be in something? Yeah, I love Elizabeth. Jesse Spano. And then, of course, the iconic, infamous film that is Showgirls. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Like, literally, if I get her autograph, I'm going to have to get her to sign. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so scared. Get a Life. Yeah, Get a Life. I thought it was Get a Life, but I didn't want to actually, just guess and be incorrect. But yeah. Yeah, Chris Elliott was a cabin boy. Yep. Yeah, Get a Life was so good. Yeah, me and my cousin used to watch Get a Life and crack up every single week. Like, his dad in that show was so funny. I think someone has every episode on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. So I need to check that out. So you guys are on it, man. See, yeah. Hey, the Travelers are on it. Like, I just had a feeling. I'm like, hey, let me ask if someone knows what that Chris Elliott show was. Say, I knew. Say, hey, we were having the same experience growing up. Hey, that Copperfield is doing his thing. So we got musical acts in the first film, and we have a magic show in this one. Oh, you say your family was like Married with Children and Roseanne? Hey, that's a pretty interesting combo there. Hey, I like that. Yeah, that's what I've heard, JD, that it was like The Purge with werewolves. I've heard that. And then it has what's the name of the guy that was in The Purge? Was it the second one? Yeah, I just turned 40 in November. So we got a lot of those same memories. Okay, yeah, I'll have to check out werewolves. Yeah, I enjoy werewolf movies too. I think they're completely underutilized in horror. But I could see why, because, I mean, American Werewolf in Paris, I mean, after that, it's kind of like, what can you bring to it? And I like Underworld too. Underworld definitely held it down in the early 2000s on the werewolf side of the game. A short-lived show on the USA Network, late 80s, called Werewolf. Okay. I haven't seen that one. I'm not familiar with that. So I have to do some research on that, Anthony. And you can find it on YouTube? Okay. Okay, and Anthony's 44 in 2 weeks. Hey man, happy early birthday, Anthony. You gonna do anything for your birthday? Or are you just gonna be chilling out vibing, maybe a couple brewskis. Yeah, Frank, Frank. Oh, I had Lou Diamond in there too. All right, yeah, yeah. I like pretty cool niche shows that probably didn't get their just due. That people may not remember the most. Like I'm a big fan of the '80s Twilight show reboot. I think a lot of those episodes were pretty awesome. Like I'm a huge Twilight Zone fan in general. Like any iteration of the Twilight Zone is pretty good for me. Any of the four that they've had. I don't know yet. Drink 44 beers maybe. Hey, that's lofty goals, man. Just make sure you got an accountability buddy nearby. It's going to get pretty fuzzy the closer you get to 44. Pretty much like my vision. Bumper says, happy early birthday. Yeah, I'm turning 50 next month, so I'm close by. Okay, yeah, exactly. So we definitely would have like known each other if we were in the same neighborhood or something like that. So we would have had very similar experiences and like the same movies. So I mean, it's apparent we're all here. So I love that. Yeah, even the Twilight Zone movie. I love the Twilight Zone movie, even though John Landis kind of put a sour taste in everyone's mouth with his actions. I still love that film. That opening still gets me. That Twilight Zone film opening, still creepy to this day. I don't care how many times I've seen it. Yeah, I still like to go to that filming location. That was cool that Michael and Jessica did a video going to that tragic Twilight Zone filming location. You can crush 25 all day. All right, man. Gotta double it up. Say two 12 packs plus one. Yeah, you're right. It does trip me out how popular horror movies are with the younger generation because, I mean, granted, horror movies have always been popular, but they're nowhere near as, big thin as they are now. Like, Nosferatu's number one. Terrifier 2 was Terrifier 3 was number one as well. So we had an independent horror film that reached number one, and we have a major studio horror film that reached number one. There are little kids that go to conventions dressed as Art the Clown. This is crazy. Like, if we had horror conventions when we were kids, that would have been like so cool. Like, the opportunity, like, if you would have told me as a kid that I would have a chance to meet Doug Bradley, the actual Pinhead, I was like, there's no possible way. But this is like the best time to be a horror fan. And I'm so excited for the kids nowadays and the even future generations to come with horror because these kids are going to be inspired and they can know that, hey, I just met Damien Leone or Adam Green or Eli Roth at a con. And they just told me that I could do whatever I want to do in horror. I want to be a special effects guy. I want to be someone that puts together scores or soundtracks, or I'm someone that wants to be a director. And it's obtainable because you can actually reach those guys now. So that's cool. Like, I love that. Yeah, me too. I love talking to the younger kids. Like, and to show, like, it shows that they're so passionate about the genre. They're as passionate about the genre as I was as a kid. But they have all the access in the world to stuff. So that's cool. Like, they can make their own horror films now. Like, you guys remember how expensive camcorders were? Like, if you had a family that could afford a camcorder, they were pretty much rich. And if they allowed their kids to touch the camcorders, they definitely had money. But now every kid has the access to make a horror film now on their phone. It doesn't get much better than that. I'm so happy for these kids nowadays. Yeah, you're right, O Restless. They should have scrapped the movie after the deaths. Like, I can't help but enjoy the film, but like I said earlier, it puts a bad taste in my mouth every time I get to that segment, knowing that those kids and Vic, gave their lives, and that it shouldn't have happened in the first place. Yeah, I'm with you, Anthony. The Twilight Zone is my number one all-time favorite television show of all time. That's number one by far. Like, with New Year's Eve coming up, it's Twilight Zone time. So even if you guys want to do maybe like a Twilight Zone watch along for those of us that have sci-fi, maybe we can maybe do something like that, maybe on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve. But I'll think about it. But yeah, I mean, it's such a part of my life. Like, Twilight Zone is up there, Breaking Bad is up there, The Wire is up there. But the Twilight Zone is firmly implanted at number one and will never leave that on my list. But Bumper's like, yeah, I always taught the younger fans in line at cons and give them good classics to watch for sure. Same here. Yeah, the morning's gonna suck. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, the cons do get bigger and bigger every year. Yeah, you're right, Anthony. They're a handshake away now. Like, that's like such a trip to me. It's like so real. Like, whenever I see Heather Langenkamp or I meet her, that's crazy to me that's Nancy. Like, that never gets old to me. And she's just as friendly a person that I would expect her to be. So that's dope. You did a Twilight Zone intro on your YouTube channel. It was fun. The intro was good, but the rest of the video is bad. I did. Yeah, what's your channel, Bumper? Yeah, I'm gonna have to subscribe. I remember the first car phones too. They were huge. Yeah, exactly. Those Zach Morris type phones, the portable phones like that, and then the car phones like in Twins. Yeah, you had to be rich to have one of those. If you had a Zach Morris style brick phone, or if you had a car phone, oh man, you were living in the future because you were paying for those minutes. JD said, I went to the Christmas Eve showing for Terrifier 3 because my daughter wanted to see it on the big screen. Picked up the Nosferatu popcorn bucket that night. Hey, that's a double score right there. Have you guys seen that video of the woman that showed her family Terrifier 3 for Christmas? She tricked them, basically trolled them, saying that, yeah, this is a Christmas movie. This is a family movie. So they're watching the first scene. And you know what happens with the first scene. So everyone's reactions are just like, different family members are like trying not to look, but then they're looking. And that was so funny. That's one of my favorite videos over the Christmas season. I definitely picked up one of those popcorn buckets for sure. I just went ahead and ordered mine online. And for the record, Jennifer Jason Leigh was hotter than Phoebe in Fast Times. I love Jennifer Jason Leigh. Yeah, Jennifer Jason Leigh is awesome. Sean Clark loves Twilight Zone. His whole arm is tatted Twilight Zone. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the best films ever. What's my favorite Twilight Zone episode? There's so many. I like All the Time in the World. I like The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street. I like In the Eye of the Beholder. Of course the Shatner the one on the plane. The name is escaping me. Oh, but okay, I didn't know if you had an alternate one or not. Okay, so I'm definitely going to subscribe, Bumper. But yeah, there's so many great Twilight Zone episodes. What are some of you guys' favorite episodes? You have old Grand Theft Auto horror movie trailers and concert footage. Oh, that's dope. You made trailers with friends? Oh, that's cool, man. I love creative stuff like that. My grandpa was a fire chief with the Zach phone, It was like 25 cents a minute, maybe more. Yeah, man, that racks up. 25 cents a minute? Jeez. See, I remember the days of making it very quick. Like, hey, I'm going to call you, bye. Or having a pagers and finding a payphone. Kids are like, what are payphones? Yeah, man, that video was crazy. That Terrifier 3 prank. That is a pretty good one. That's one for the ages. Yeah, I could imagine that Damien would comment on that one. I mean, that's the Christmas they won't forget. That reminds me of me pranking my friends with Inside. So I loved every moment of that. Time Enough at Last blew my mind as a kid. Yeah, Time Enough at Last. Yeah, watching the Twilight Zone marathons on Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's just like such a cruel ending. I actually did a Killer Clowns trailer, and the Kyoto brothers used it on their channel now, which blew my mind. Oh, okay, the Warriors did it too for me and put my trailer on their fans channel. That's dope. See, I love it when celebrities are super cool like that, and they are just letting people, feel the love that they receive back in return. Speaking of Jennifer Jason Leigh, I just saw a film of hers that I saw for the first time that someone recommended, and it's probably one of my newer favorite films of all time, and it went completely under the radar. It was her and Jason Patric. Has anyone else seen Rush from 1991? It's kind of like a crime drama, I would say. As based on inspired by a true story. It's a good movie. I think it's on Tubi as well. So that's a good film. Yeah, that is sick. It was a huge compliment. They sent me a message and asked, and I was like, hell yeah, you can. Yeah, that's great, man. That's like one of the best feelings in the world. Like, that reminds me of like when Heather Langenkamp took my sticker, and when Melissa Barrera took my sticker, and they put it on their stuff. And that's just like the coolest thing in the world to me, that they're just like so giving with their fans, and they're so appreciative of their fans. Oh, just got to add. Rush's Patridge's best work. Yeah, I was so surprised. I'm like, man, how have I not heard of this movie? And of course, I've heard of the soundtrack. Doing with being an Eric Clapton working on that soundtrack, and of course being the soundtrack that had Tears in Heaven on it. But I had never seen the movie. Man, that was a great movie. It's crazy how like there are so many movies out there, and as many movies as we've seen, there's always going to be those that we haven't come across yet that are really good. And when we do see them, we're just like, man, how have I gone this long in my life without actually checking out this one? Now one of my favorites. If you ever meet Jennifer Jason Leigh, let me know if she's been asking about me. I would definitely do that, Anthony. You have to see Possessor. Jennifer Jason Leigh is in it. Really? I did not know that she was in Possessor. Yeah, I haven't seen Possessor yet. So, okay, that's cool. So that's double reason to check it out. Possessor has been on my list to check out. I've heard some good things about it. Yeah, it's one of your favorite horror in the past 5 years. That's good to know, Restless. Okay, I'll put that on my list then. Yeah, JD says that was such a cool moment when Melissa did that. Yeah, man, you're right there. Yeah, that was so cool meeting Melissa. And that's the cool thing about going to cons, like meeting so many cool people. Like meeting Jeff, who's in the chat, JD here. He was great guy. So I'm looking forward to seeing you at future cons, buddy. Oh man, Sleepers. Sleepers is such a great movie. That's one of those movies that you can only take watching so many times, though. You have to let a few years pass before watching Sleepers again. But that's like a killer cast, man. you talk about one of the best ensemble casts of all time. Sleepers is it. I just saw White Boy Rick, and she was in that too. Yeah, I've seen White Boy Rick. That's a crazy story. Yeah, that's a pretty good documentary as well too. Yeah, I think Speed 2 did not help his case at all. You're right about that, old Restless. I mean, he definitely was deserving of a bigger career. Like, I mean, I don't see any reason why he didn't. But it's cool to see him in Terrifier 3. Yeah, the Kevin Bacon kill scene. Oh, Kevin Bacon was so freaking despicable in that movie. Oh man. That's such a villain. That is the definition of villain, like that you love to hate. Like if anyone deserved to get theirs in that film, it was him. So that's definitely a satisfying scene. Alpha Dog is good too. Yeah, Alpha Dog is a good one. I've seen Alpha Dog only once, maybe twice. Very sad. Yeah, that true story is sad. Also, Bully. If anyone's seen Bully, since we're talking about based on true story films that are pretty good. Yeah, Ben Foster's great. Yeah, I love kicking it with y'all and talking movies. And it's cool that, it just shows that we're fans of all types of genres too. I mean, like we essentially lived almost the same childhood in a lot of ways. Like, the fact that someone can talk about wrestling and we can go on a tangent for like 15 minutes talking about wrestling. We can talk about music and we'll go off and talk about that. So, that's why I'm saying that I'm going to eventually seriously get us a Discord together, guys. Like, for real. That would be really dope. Because it would be cool to just do this throughout the day, Like, just pop in every now and then, be like, hey, what's up, guys? What's going on? In between the live watch parties and just talk about horror, what's going on. So I think that's going to be one of my missions for 2025. Anthony says, in high school, the black dudes who I always got along with used to call me David Spade and Kevin Bacon. I'm like, Kevin Bacon, come on, man. I always thought he was ugly. That's a term of endearment, though. With I can definitely say, as a black dude, whenever we give a white guy or just any other guy that's not black a nickname, it's always out of love. Even you may think it's an insult, but we're saying it because we think you're cool and you remind us of that person. So I could definitely see that. Like, I did that a lot with a lot of my friends in high school, and a lot of my friends did as well. So that brings back a lot of memories. Yeah, Ben coming to a con would be dope. Seriously. Yeah, I was like, nah, Kevin Bacon wasn't ugly at all. Oh, Gummo. I got my Gummo DVD back there. Like, there are some things that you just gotta have on physical media, and yeah, Gummo's definitely on there. That's one of my my DVDs that I've always kept from my physical media collecting days. Yeah, Kevin Bacon makes a magnificent villain. Like X-Men First Class, very great villain. Yeah, Gummo's awesome. I love the fact that it was filmed in Tennessee. So I have friends that know some of the people that were actually in Gummo. Yeah, because they filmed it in around Nashville. Vulgar and Gummo, a good double feature. Okay, that tells me what I need to know then. Yeah, for real. It's like we were all growing up on the same street hanging out. Yeah, for real. That's the best thing. Like, I wish I had a group of friends like that coming up to talk about horror like this, son. Hey, my mom wants to take me to Blockbuster. You guys want me to bring back any particular movie? We're gonna get some Pizza Hut or some Papa John's or whatever. and we're gonna get some Pepsi or Coke, and we're gonna stay up all night. Oh man, Wild Things is a classic, man. Oh man, being in middle school when Wild Things came out, man, what a time to be alive. Yeah, exactly. You're accepted then for sure. It's a lot better if it was Brad Pitt. Yeah, I get you. Hey man, I think we all like the weird stuff. That's the fun thing about it. That's how we all know what Gummo is. Like Gummo, I loved a lot of the Harmony Korine, Larry Clark stuff at that time. I like watching like Ken Park. I had a buddy of mine that was like obsessed with Ken Park. Every time I think of freshman year of college, I remember him finding out that I was into like kids and Gummo, and he's like, "Man, have you ever seen Ken Park?" And I'm saying that in his voice. If you ever saw that, he if he ever sees this, he will bust out laughing right now. But he would just, "Man, you need to see Ken Park. You need to see Ken Park." And of course, I really enjoyed it. Ken Park is quite a ride, pretty effed up. So if you guys have seen Ken Park, then you know. Oh, you got Gummo on VHS without the cover for $1. That's a steal. That's definitely a steal. Kevin Bacon at a con would be cool. Oh man, I would gladly spend top dollar for Kevin Bacon. No lie, Kevin Bacon would have. I would have to get 2 autographs. He would have to go on this poster, and he would have to go in my Crystal Lake Memories book. And I know he would be one of those really expensive ones. Like, okay, no shade to him, no insult to him, but what Alec Baldwin was trying to charge, that's what I would gladly pay for Kevin Bacon, because that's the. I mean, Kevin Bacon. Everyone is related. Is a few steps away from working with Kevin Bacon. I mean, he would warrant pretty much almost whatever he would ask for at a con. Said my buddy in 5th grade always wanted me to spend the night. I was like, nah, I'm going to go home and see if my dad will rent me a game. So he'd ask his mom to get a pizza and game. Use reverse psychology. There you go, man. That's the way to do it. You already knew. It was like, hey, man, if you want me to come kick it with you, man, you're going to have to sweeten this deal. Hey, smart thinking right there. It's gonna get some pizza. Hey, it's gonna be a Pizza Hut night. We're about to do it up, or whatever local pizza spot. And hey, man, those local pizza spots were the stuff, man. Like I still crave my local pizza spot in Memphis called X Lions Pizza. They're pretty famous for having square pizza. Like their slices are cut in squares before other places start doing it. Some of the best, cheesiest pizza in the Mid-South. So if you guys ever go to Memphis, definitely try out one, especially the original location. If I meet Kevin Bacon and bring bacon and he doesn't eat, if he doesn't eat a piece of the bacon, you're going to be pissed. It's like, come on. But if Kevin Bacon eats bacon, would that be cannibalism? I wonder. Kevin Bacon would have to sign Whitewater Summer and River's Edge for you. Okay, yeah. River's Edge is a really good one. I've never seen Whitewater Summer. Tremors would be a great thing to get signed too. I think Alec was charging like, I think he was charging like 140, 150 Bumper. Yeah, Bumper's correct with that. Anthony, he was charging like 140, 150. And I think he actually had to come down on his price because I think it was even more than that. Because I have some friends that went to Monster Mania. That's where he was at. So he had his first con. And apparently he had to come down on his price. But it was still way more than what I would be worth, what may way more than what I would be willing, that's a tongue twister, to pay. So yeah, but I would definitely pay that for Kevin. Little C's back in the day, apparently they haven't changed the recipe since then. Yeah, Little Caesars, yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. It was they had that tornado in Xenia, Ohio. I passed by Xenia when I was driving um in Horror Hound. I was doing some exploring around Ohio. Yeah, so that's cool that you live near Xenia. Yeah, that's so crazy to hear about that tornado. That's like a crazy story, and this is from someone that lives, that grew up in Tennessee, where we're used to tornadoes. I mean, we're almost in tornado alley. But yeah, that's a crazy story. Yeah, John C. Riley. Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, River's Edge. Yeah, with Keanu Reeves. Okay, you talk about yeah. See, let me go back up. Whitewater Summer is the camping trip movie with the teenagers. Bacon, baconism. Yeah, and another film where Bacon is doing bad things to children. Yeah, but also, I don't think. See, that also goes back to the point where I don't think necessarily Kevin Bacon is ugly. He just has a face that you could kind of want to punch. So that could also be why he makes for a good villain. Whitewater Summer is an old 80s movie with Sean Austin and Matt Adler where they were kids and he played a mean counselor who almost killed a kid. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, Anthony's like, 140 is crazy. I wasn't allowed to even work my band's merch booth back in the day because I would just give out shit for free for being a fan. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, just for that support, I mean, a free T-shirt is not bad, and that's why I'll always be a fan of Michael and Jessica because, I mean, even though I bought some stuff from them, the fact that Jessica's like, here, give a shirt to your son, and she's like, he's not, he's not big enough for it right now, but it's something he can grow into, and that was just so awesome that that they gave me an extra shirt for my son because he knew who they were and he was just as excited to meet them as I was. Okay, River's Edge is certainly up the okay. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that, Bumper. That's the only reason why he would be charging 140 for sure. Yeah, only because he never signs and he's considered an A-list actor. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check out River's Edge and also Whitewater Summer. Crispin Glover. Speaking of someone else I enjoy getting an autograph from, I just know that would just be probably maybe a top 5 weirdest experience of my life. Kevin Bacon's nose sucks. Gina Davis is charging 120 as well recently. Well, you know what? I'm a big fan of more stuff of Gina than I am Alex. So I will gladly give Gina that 120. I mean, The Fly, A League of Their Own. I mean, I love Gina. So it isn't the fact that she's just an awesome person. The fact that she took up archery just randomly and decided that she was going to take it up and got good enough that she also could have qualified for the Olympics. Like she was this close to qualifying for the Olympics. Like if she trained longer, she would have made the Olympics. That's crazy. I see they took the divider away from Gina Davis so you can actually be next to her now. Yeah, I know. There's that controversy with her and Susan Sarandon. So a lot of people had to come back and retake their pictures. Yeah, that would have sucked if I paid that much and I had a divider in my picture with her. And I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't gotten a picture with Elvira because she does the divider. and that just takes away from the experience. Now, I don't mind having a little space between us in the picture, but the divider just really takes away from it. But I understand why. If you're someone that's a bit older, you may want to not have to deal with germs and dealing with so many people. So I get that. I grew up in a town where a train derailment happened, and we were evacuated. And this movie Super 8 used that for their plot. Oh wow! So you lived in a town that inspired Super 8. I love Super 8. I saw that in drive-in and outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee. There's a cool drive-in in Georgia called the Wilderness Drive-In. Very cool camping type theme for a drive-in theater. Thelma and Louise. Yep. Thelma and Louise. Danny Glover was a nice guy, and he's A-list, but he only charged $65 for a combo, and Danny was so kind, and I really like to hear his fans' favorite film of his. Man, I would love to meet Danny Glover. Like, I would love to hear about his experience about On the Color Purple, Predator 2. I would love to hear his thoughts about the film that he's always wanted to do about the Haitian Revolution. I think that would be quite an awesome epic. And I think that's like his dream project that he would make if he had all the money in the world to make. So I would love to talk to him about that. So that would be cool. I would love to meet Danny Glover. Yeah, Elvira does a divider. Yeah. I have met her, and she's going to be at Creep IE-Con. So I'm likely going to get her to sign the Elvira NECA figure that my son got me for Christmas. But I'm going to check and see if she's doing the divider for her photo ops. And if she is, then no dice. If she isn't, then I'm definitely jumping on that. Hey, Joseph, what's up, guy? Hey, we were talking about you earlier. We were worried about you. Yeah, so, yeah. We're glad that you're up here, buddy. Yeah, exactly, Anthony. Yeah, forget some germs, man. But it's either the germs or the celebrities that were still wearing masks in their photos. I'm glad that's at least the mask celebrities have started to take them off, at least for the photo ops. I'll give them that. Bumper says, Elvira never did one with me. Her left titty was right against me, and I was smiling like a 14-year-old boy. Oh, man. Oh, I wish. Oh, I wish. If we all could be so lucky, Bumper. Oh, man. It's one of my earliest childhood crushes. So when I met her at Spooky Empire, I was still engulfed in how good that woman still looks. Like, that's my forever crush. Yeah, definitely you need to check out Terror Train, Joseph. We were watching Terror Train and New Year's Evil earlier. I'm glad you were able to stop through, buddy. Yeah, your pick with Elvira's 8 years ago, though. Yeah. I still plan to meet her again at Creep IE-Con, but I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that the divider is gone. But if not, then it is what it is. Yeah, Joseph says, I got upset about my YouTube channel. I accidentally deleted it. Oh, man. I hate when it happens. But I'm glad that you're back, buddy. Anthony says, I feel like it would be hard to meet all the guys you've met because, like the boys to men, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, for over 70. Yeah, exactly. I mean, she's still holding together very well. I mean, that's quite an inspiration. I mean, I hope to look that good when I'm in my 70s. Yeah, you saw Mufasa last night, Joseph. That's cool. I think I'm gonna have to see it with my kiddo when he gets back in town after next weekend. So I think we're gonna see that maybe at the drive-in soon. Bumper said I had one with John Carpenter, and he stood like 3 feet away from me, which was a little strange. Oh man, Yeah, that's the thing about the photos nowadays, post pandemic. We're still kind of trying to adjust back to normal life. So I'm glad to see that some celebrities are kind of becoming more laxed in their approach to the fans. Okay, if you get a chance, look up the 1986 Miamisburg train derailment. It's got a Wikipedia page. Yeah, for real. Okay, cool. I love not necessarily. I love true crime and I love strange true incidents that are pretty cool, especially involving a hometown. Like how there's a pretty cool. Well, not necessarily plane hijacking, but there's a guy that tried to sneak aboard a plane in Memphis, Tennessee. So much that he actually snuck into the wheel compartment, and he tried to hold on as the plane was taking off, and he actually fell off. And he was on Unsolved Mysteries because they didn't really know too much about, what was going on with that guy, other than he was super urgent on trying to get aboard this plane. And he was pretty weird. So, yeah, I'll look up into that. Yeah, it is strange when you're paying your hard-earned money. You kind of want it to be, how you want it. Like, I was watching Johnny Horror, and he was talking about his experience with Molly Ringwald and how he was wanting to get his The Breakfast Club poster signed, and he just requested that Molly would sign at a certain spot on the poster, and she flat out refused. And that was probably the most surprising thing, because it's like, wow, it's not like I'm asking her to write like a quote that has tons of words in it. Or I can see how some celebrities are in regards to quotes, how they want to charge a little extra in regards to a quote, and they have that right. But for you to flat out say no with an attitude because I'm asking you to sign by where you're located on my poster, I would have gladly have taken my money and left. And I'm not the type of guy that likes to complain and bitch and moan and groan. In most cases, when a lot of fans are complaining about something, I'm usually saying that that's not even a big deal. But something like that, that really would have sullied my experience, especially when I'm a big Molly Ringwald fan. I love the stuff that she's in. I love 16 Candles and The Breakfast Club and all these films that she's been in. So that really would have sucked. So when I saw Johnny Horror talk about that was really crazy. Let's see. Bumper says Michael Bean was trying to push you down in the photo because I'm so tall. He didn't want to look short in it. Yeah, he's gonna have have to stand on a couple of phone books to stand up next to you, Bumper. That's how I feel whenever I stand next to Joe Bob, because Joe Bob's a good like 6'6", 6'7". Joseph's like, my favorite horror movies from 2024 is Maxine, Smile 2, Abigail, Terrifier 3, Long Legs. I have not seen Late Night with the Devil. A lot of those are on my favorite top 10 horror films of 2024. So those are really good films, Joseph. You have good taste, buddy. He was like Pinball from Con Air. The Substance. Yeah, you definitely need to watch The Substance too. And I've seen Immaculate. That made my list. Yeah, Bumper. That was so crazy that she refused that. I was really shocked because it's not really like a weird request or something that just requires a lot of effort. And she made a point to sign on the opposite side of where he asked for her to sign at. So that was red. Seriously, that would have made me so angry. I can't lie. And I'm a very even kill guy, but there's no need for that, especially for someone that has such a rabid fan base. There's a lot of Molly Ringwald fans out there, so that's very disappointing. Yeah, Anthony, that is lame. Like, seriously. Hey, it's no problem, Joseph. Hey, we all got stuff to do, man. I'm just glad that you popped in whenever you could. As I say with all of y'all, I know y'all have lives. You know, you guys have stuff to do and take care of in life, and you guys may miss a stream here or there. But the fact that you guys check in, you know, that means a lot to me because you know I look forward to chatting with you all. So you know, if you guys miss a stream, I'm going to notice. So you know, if you miss a couple of streams and you come back, you know, because something's going on, you know, you've been a bit busy, you know, it's going to be like, hey, man, how's it been? You know, we're going to be catching back up like, you know, like old times. Yeah, exactly. Old wrestlers, better late than never. Bumper says, I remember Johnny Horror told about his experience with Randy Quaid. Okay, was it a good experience with Randy? I know Randy just started to do a con. He did a con recently. I heard a few people said that they had a good experience with Randy. So it's good that Randy's getting back out there. Yeah, we missed you. We missed you, Joseph. We were looking forward to you coming through, man. JZS2120 says, I'm not a fan of charging extra for quotes, but it is what it is, I guess. I would have been mad about, let me see, hold on, I scrolled up a little too fast. I would have been mad about Molly not accommodating a simple placement request. Exactly. I feel the exact same way, JZS2120. Like, I'm not a big fan of charging extra for a quote. I mean, but I can see if you're charging extra for, like, anything more than, like, 5 or 6 words. Okay, it is what it is. I'll put up with that. But if you're charging for a quote and I don't have to have that quote, I'm just going to deal with the signature. Yeah, you're right, Anthony. She might as well just signed on the back. For real. Yeah, that's right, Joseph. Everyone, smash the like button. I appreciate that, Joseph. Yes, and Happy New Year to everyone. Hey, you are a YouTuber, Joseph. It is no dream. You are a YouTuber. Hey, that's cool, Anthony. I'm glad that it was a nice decompression after work and everything. You didn't do the dishes yet? Hey, man, I totally know how that can be, man. And they just sitting there waiting for you, just like, hey, man, I know you thought you got rid of us, but just to let you know, we're ready whenever you are. Oh yeah, man, the celebrities that are charging for the 8x10 off the table. Oh man, that's hard. So if I don't have my poster and I want to get your signature and I'm willing to pay $40 or $50, you're charging me extra $10 for the 8x10. Now I can see if it's like an 11x17. Some celebrities charge like an extra $10 for an 11x17. I understand that, especially if it's like a really cool 11x17 that you know is a little bit different from the standard poster that's on the cover of the DVDs or VHSs. Okay, I'll pay a little extra for that. Yeah, don't delete your channel, Joseph, man. Just gotta keep at it. Yeah, it would be nice just to charge $100 for to look you in the eyes for 1 second. Like, oh, there you go. All right, he said, Randy Quaid wears gloves and only comes down after his line has 10 people or more in his line. Then he waits in the hotel room, which was weird, but I have seen others do that too. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, I get that. I'm just glad that Randy's getting back out there. Yeah, Joseph. Yeah, keep those subscribers, man. You gotta keep those videos pumped out there. Yeah, Scarefest is gonna be awesome. I know I'm gonna see a couple of you guys at Scarefest, so if y'all definitely coming to Scarefest, we're gonna have to hang out. I'm gonna be most likely staying at the Hyatt that's next door. So we're gonna hang out for sure. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, that's probably the least weird thing about Randy Quaid. That's actually pretty tame. So so I'm like, okay, I can deal with that. and like I said, if I haven't told you guys before, but I definitely want to tell you again how much I really appreciate each and every one of you guys and being early supporters for my channel. As my channel gets bigger and more people join the chats, I'm going to need moderators. So you guys are going to be amongst the first that I'm going to be, wanting to have as moderators over the chat in this channel. So I wanted to let you guys know that. So if any of you are willing to possibly be a moderator in the future, let me know, because I'll keep you guys in mind for that whenever we get to that point. Oh, got my what will likely be the last ad for this movie. Yes, you are a part of this channel and this community, Joseph. Bumper says, I'd only charge $30 for combos, so the line grows because it's cheap, and I give quotes or whatever the fan wants because I realize they travel to meet me, and that alone means the world. Yeah. And that's why I think Felissa Rose is going to forever and always have the long lines that she has, because you can tell that she genuinely feels so glad that people are willing to come out to see her and spend their hard-earned money to see her, and they are bringing their families with her, to see her. And that's why, no matter how many times I'll see Felissa Rose at a convention, I'll be happy to see her. And even if I don't get an autograph or a picture with her at that con, I'll go out of my way to say hi to her, because I know, she's a very important person in the con scene. Yeah, Anthony says that shit is so weird. I'm not trying to look cool, but I signed a bunch of autographs in my bands, and we always felt like, why do they want an autograph? Sure, no problem. And these people are charging. Yeah, for real. That means a lot. Yeah, that is whack. That's crazy. But it is what it is. Oh yeah, not Melissa. Oh gosh, Alicia Weir, Abigail. Yeah, she's nice. She's gonna be at Texas Frightmare. Save the neck for me, Clark. Oh man, cousin Eddie. Shitter's full. My brother and his girlfriend are okay with me doing YouTube. That's good, man. I'm glad, man. You should, man. It's a good outlet. Yeah, we're basically a gang now. Seriously, we've built up a nice little community. So anyone that's new here, make sure to subscribe. We're gonna do these every Monday unless I have something super crazy that comes up, and I'm going to start incorporating horror talk live streams, or we could just sit around for a couple of hours and just BS around, talk about movies, pop culture, anything that's going on. So thanks a lot for you guys' support. Yeah, I'd love to meet Randy anyway, though. Yeah, Cousin Eddie's the best. I mean, I don't even think he's acting when he's Cousin Eddie. Yeah, I definitely would make you guys mods for sure. It sure wouldn't be the first time you're a bouncer. Yeah. And what's cool is all of y'all are so even kill. So I know you guys wouldn't, be that super crazy douchey moderator that just feels power from booting people. So if someone got booted, I'm pretty sure they would have deserved it. Because, we're all pretty cool. So Randy's the more talented brother. I love that. I as much as I love Dennis, I have a fondness for Randy for sure. It's kind of like how with Stephen Baldwin. It's kind of like, yeah, there's Alec, but Stephen. you gotta love the crazy brother. The crazy brother is always the fun one. That's why I like Michelangelo. That's why we all have our favorite turtle, but I'm the Michelangelo guy. So the crazy brother is always the cool one for me. Yeah, Felissa Rose is really nice. Yeah, keep pushing. I agree with Brandon. Joseph, definitely keep pushing. Yeah, if you ever get a chance to meet Felissa, even if you just see her, definitely talk to her. She's super warm in person, and she makes you feel like you've met her. Like she has a weird talent for making you feel like you've known her for years. She's that welcoming and warm. I met Felissa recently, and she's super nice and genuine, and her prices have never changed since I've been aware of that conventions. Exactly, she still charges the 40. I think it's like 40 for autograph and picture combo, and she'll do as many different poses as she likes. She does like a regular pose, and of course she does a pose with the face. So I love Felissa. And she never gets tired of doing the face. You know how some celebrities, they're just like, oh, I'm only known for this. I'm not going to do this. Felissa's like, no, I'll gladly do the face. Oh, Danielle's definitely going to be nice. And there is our first mention of Danielle Harris for the night. There you go, Joseph. Bumper's like, I just go to meet the fans. Horror cons are the best for people watching too. Yeah, they really are. That's why I love hanging out after the cons. That's why I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys. Oh, Bumper. And so anybody that's coming to Days of the Dead Vegas, are you coming to the Screenbook premiere? I got tickets for that as well, so I will be there for Thursday. Yeah, I love hanging out with the horror family. You guys are the most fun. So also a good con for hanging out afterwards is Texas Frightmare and Houston Horror Film Fest. It's hard for me to get sleep at those cons because I'm just so ramped up and hyped from hanging out with all the people that I only get a chance to meet, maybe like, not meet, but see once or twice a year. So it's always nice to meet up and with the horror family. Greenbook gang. Hey, Greenbook gang, all right. Hey, it's set in stone. Greenbook gang, I like that. Sounds like some 89 skaters like the Daggers. Yeah. Yeah, we are really cool. DOA was solid. Give me the moderator power, I beg of you. Hey, I got you guys. Seriously, when we get bigger and bigger, like, thanks so much for your support and everything. So, you guys are definitely there as far as moderators because, it's going to be harder and harder to keep control of this chat the more people that, feel comfortable to engage. And it's because of you guys in the chat that are, engaging with me and each other. And this is what I was wanting when I wanted to start doing live stream on the channel. I wanted to be able to talk with you guys more. I mean, because a lot of you guys, comment on the videos and everything, but keeping the conversation going on in the comments section of a video is kind of hard to do. But live stream, this is awesome, and in the future, the Discord will be cool as well. So a lot of you guys will be Discord admins as well. I got that A Quiet Place video game I really like. Okay, I didn't even know that there was a Quiet Place video game. when you say moderator power, it makes me think of like the power of Damballa in Child's Play, and then also He-Man too. I have the power. Yeah, so definitely. Yeah, exactly. Old Wrestlers. I did not know there was a Quiet Place video game. I have to check that out. I'm so bummed I didn't get the Mangler pick in Vegas. The Mangle pick in Vegas. Oh, there's not bad reviews for it? Oh, that's cool. Okay. So you'll be on Saturday only at days because I work during the week if I'm available. Okay, cool. I get that. Well, definitely, I'll be on the lookout for you, Bumper. And also, if you follow me, definitely let me know. Well, if you're on Instagram or anything, or on Facebook, definitely send me a message so that we can correspond and everything, so that I could definitely meet up with you at days. Bumper's like, man, does Jamie die in this movie? Please no. Yeah, I would like to be on I Like Scary stream. I need to reach out to him sometime. Yeah, yeah, JC Brady. Oh yeah, he's talking. Oh yeah, I thought he was probably think he was talking about Jamie Lloyd. No, he was talking about JLC. Yeah, he was mentioning JLC. Yeah, it's crazy because like when you think of Jamie, sometimes like it's crazy because like when you say Jamie, you could be meaning Jamie Kennedy, you could be meaning Jamie Lloyd, you could be meaning Jamie Lee Curtis. Even though I'm pretty sure like all right, Jamie Lee Curtis, Jamie Lloyd, Jamie Kennedy. No offense to Jamie Kennedy, we love you, Jamie Kennedy. Yeah, Jamie Lee's really good in this movie. I like her in Terror Train more than I like her in Prom Night. And I see her hair in this role. It just really makes me think of like how they had to put that wig on her in Halloween too. Because of course, you know, Jamie Lee loves her shorter hair. Oh, Amazing Stories. Amazing Stories was awesome, Anthony. Yeah, very, very underrated show. Yeah, we're glad that you pop in to say hi in the stream too, Joseph. Like every single one of you guys adds something to the stream. And I think that's cool because I really look forward to chatting with all of y'all. Yeah, yeah. That I didn't even know that he had dated Jennifer Love Hewitt. But man, anyone that's able to get close enough to that body is a lucky, lucky person. I mean, and to think like John Mayer wrote a song about her, about that amazing body, and I even think her body's even better now. Like I like her a little bit thicker. Like I was watching her on what's that show 911, and she was like playing like a dispatcher in that show, right? And in whatever the episode, I didn't even know that she was in the show. And she stepped from behind the desk, and I was like, "Oh my God, Jennifer Love Hewitt, just like wine, the finest of wines." Watched The Sudden Case of Christmas. Gabby, who is the actress in Terrifier 3, she did great. Oh, she's in that film? Oh, okay, cool, cool. Yeah, the girl that plays Gabby, she's going to be doing conventions in 2025 as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting more of the Terrifier family, their autographs. I was better at the time than Jamie Kennedy. Right. I mean, right. That's kind of like those moments where you're just like, so you're saying there's a chance. You're saying I had whatever amount it was, whatever percentage it was, there's a chance. Yeah, I think a train is such a cool setting for a horror film. Yeah, the artwork on those Terrifier posters are great. Whoever does the artwork is killing it. And I think that's one of those things where people are gonna forever and always be in support of actual artists, you know, putting their talents to use as opposed to AI. Now, AI will have its place, and I'm not, you know, one of those people that's like there should never be any AI. But if given the choice, if I had the, you know, capability to pay for someone's services, I will forever and always, you know, give the advantage to an actual artist. So, I mean, because my thing is like, I mean, look at my posters. I'm a fan of legitimate artwork. These are the VHS covers that I obsessed over as a kid in these video stores. And the fact that I can have them on my wall, is a testament to those artists that put their blood, sweat, and tears into, their art form. So, that's why I'm glad that Damien and the cast and crew are true craftsmen. So I would totally expect them to really put real artists to work in regards to posters and such. So that's very cool. Terrified 3, I still need to rewatch the movie, but I just love Art the Clown. Yeah, I need to rewatch it as well. Terrifying is an Amtrak 3 days trip on San Antonio to SoCal with and no armrest. Yeah, you know what? That's probably one of my bucket list things that I need to do. I want to possibly do like the Winged Eagle, do one of the Amtrak ones, but I'm definitely going to have to do like one of the ones like the more spacious suites because it looks like something that could be very rough. Anthony, I my heart really goes out to you putting up with that with no armrest. Hey, it's definitely all in just keeping at it, Joseph. Gotta just keep posting. I mean, I still am a very harsh critic on some of my stuff. I see where I can improve on a lot of things. Like with my last 2 review videos, I don't feel necessarily the best about them, but I know that it's a necessary thing that you have to get over the fear and just press publish and just get better with experience. Like, I was a bit nervous about live streaming, but you guys have made it way more comfortable. So thanks for the part that you play in that, guys, for real. Friday 3, I think, is the best. Okay, cool. You know what? I don't really hear too many people say Friday 3. I really do like Friday 3. I'm a Friday 4, Friday 2, Friday 6 guy. And that's such an abrupt ending for Terror Train. But I love it, though. Where it's just like, oh, well, he's been such a threat. And then, boom. Cold shovel to the face. Oh, man. Gotta love that ending. Yeah, classic artwork grabs the consumer's attention and gets them curious to see what the movie entails. You're so right about that because it really, really captures the imagination. It really does. And that's something that AI is going to be incapable of doing. I mean, that human element is always going to win out. Oh, Nightmare 3. Oh, okay. Okay, that part 3. Yeah. Nightmare 3 is my favorite part 3 of Nightmare, definitely. But I also love 4, of course, and 1. I like all of them. The only one that I'm just like, on is 5. Yeah, you got to keep grinding, like old wrestler said. You're always going to be your own worst critic, and that's the best thing about it because as harsh as we can be on ourselves, you're gonna meet so many people that are going to just really dig your stuff. Like, you guys, liking my stuff means a lot to me. That, like I said, there's so many YouTubers out there. And the fact that you guys, have decided that, you're going to spend some time hanging out with me, that just motivates me to keep grinding. So, thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys. Yeah, the train's super fun, but you just... yeah, sleep on the bus set for days unless you get the sleep card. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm most likely going to have to get the sleep card. At least get a little bit more space and all of that privacy. Jojo, I tried it like twice and it was terrible. I'm sure you're already 1,000 times better. Yeah, guys, we're all our own worst critics for sure. But can't let that dissuade you. I do like Friday 3, but 4 is the best. I blew a tire on that one. I feel you. I think Friday 1, 2, 4, and 6 are the best, with 6 being my favorite. Yeah, 6 is a good one. I love good overpowered zombie Jason. That's a fun watch. My favorites are on the Friday series. Yeah, if I rank them, 4, because I have a 4 tattoo. 4 is my favorite, followed by 6 and then 2. Let's see. Hey Anthony, I have trouble spelling old wrestler's name in this chat. Oh, okay, I'll get you. My glasses are scratched, so I'm all over the place now. We get you, Anthony. I like to start a channel where I interview goth girl horror fans. Now, Bumper, if you start that channel, I will gladly be the first subscriber. you have a surefire way of getting 100K subscribers within a month. Hey, I'm all for that, man. I will gladly moderate that channel. Well, that's what I love about our community, Joseph. We're nice people on this side of the internet. I try not to be someone that's toxic. I mean, we can make jokes about stuff. We can, shoot the shit, but I try not to be, someone that's filled with vitriol. And that's what makes it kind of hard to watch some YouTubers at times, because it's just like, dude, I mean, you're always full with negativity. Because even if I dislike something, there's a way of explaining my dislike for it, without necessarily feeling like someone that does like it, that they're like the worst person on earth, or that they have the worst taste on earth because they do dig it. It's just a matter of whether or not someone likes something or someone doesn't like something. I'm never too, bent out of shape about someone else's artwork. Now, I will say the only time that I've been really mad about a watching experience is watching Uwe Boll's Alone in the Dark. Now, this was early in Boll's career, so I think he only mainly had, the only other film of his that I was aware of was the other one that was before that, the video game with the railgun, PlayStation, Dreamcast. Was it Night of something, House of the something? Whichever one that was. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I know you guys know. But I didn't see that film, and I so happened to catch Alone in the Dark in Blockbuster, and this was when Blockbuster did like the unlimited membership, so it wasn't like it was like an investment for me to grab this film. House of the Dead, that's right, Anthony, House of the Dead. I have friends that did see House of the Dead in college, and they were like, that film's crap, don't watch it. So that was a warning, but I didn't know Uwe Boll's work at that point. So I watched Alone in the Dark because it's just like, okay, there's Christian Slater, there's Tara Reid, these are names that I know. All right, well, let's just see how this goes. Man, I have never wanted an hour and a half of my life back so bad, guys. I stuck around to the end of that film because, for one, I knew that it would be a testament for me being able to sit through absolutely terrible films. And 2, I was hoping that there would be some way that the film would get better and that there was no way that it would get worse. And it did. So that's probably one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. But there's a certain charm to, living through the end of that. Like, seriously, I would rather watch Things and Sledgehammer on a 24-hour repeat than watch Alone in the Dark ever again. Oh, man. Yeah, you're right, Joseph. I don't like rude people. For real. Quality, LOL. Yes, that's right. Men of culture, Bumper. For sure. Yeah. Yeah, no problem at all, Bumper. Thanks a lot for being here. Thanks a lot for joining me, guys. Yeah, see, you got support, Bumper, so, hey, get that underway. And Happy New Year. I'm a negative guy, kind of like Al Bundy, but that's why I come here. It's uplifting. Hey, man, you seem pretty positive to me, Anthony. We all have our moments. It's all about that balance. Yeah, that's right, man. It's all about being respectful, for sure. No bullying, no spamming. Just get along with each other. And it's always going to be good vibes. Yes, the Greenbook gang. That's right. And if y'all have time, check out my movie trailers. I'm sure y'all will recognize a few of them. Take care, guys. Yes, Bumper, definitely, buddy. Let me actually put the link here to go to your channel and subscribe now. Yes, y'all have a good night. I'm going to be turning in here as well. Let's see here. Let's see if anyone else says something right quick. Yeah, you're awesome, man. Sledgehammer, the TV show. I wish it was the TV show. Unfortunately, the 1983 movie. And also, guys, make sure to check out that CRT YouTube documentary. That was pretty awesome. Yes, the Greenbook gang. Yes, I'm glad that you guys stopped by. But yeah, guys, we're gonna call it a night. It was a great double feature of Terror Train and New Year's Evil. Wasn't even expected to do a double feature, but that's the cool thing with all of you guys hanging out and stuff. I mean, this is a major thing, hanging out and enjoying good horror films, good horror schlock with you guys. But y'all have a good one. Thanks a lot for hanging out. But for those of you that don't know, I am your travel guide, Brendan, with the Horror Greenbook, letting you know that it is scary in those streets. So let me know that you made it home safely. Good night, guys, and Happy New Year.